Welcome to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. As we get set for week number 4 of the high school football season, Wilmington on the road for the first time here in this 2017 campaign as they head on over to Peotone to take on the Blue Devils. And our one real true road trip, at least for the two of us anyway, because the other two road games this year are Reed Custer and Coal City, both of which are just as close as the Wilmington game is for us. So ends up being an interesting 9-game schedule for Wilmington this year.
Yeah, I live in Coal City, so I'm right at home that game. It's been a good season for us as we look forward to this whole thing. So far, we've had all Wilmington home games, and now we're all the way over to Peotone, our longest trip of the year.
Well, Wilmington will make the road trip across Peotone Road there to take on the Blue Devils tonight. Peotone comes in at 3-0 on the year. Wilmington at 2-1, and the one real common opponent here has been Manteno.
Yes.
That Peotone actually beat relatively easily here at home, and then Wilmington lost to Manteno 28-27 over in Wilmington. So makes for an interesting kind of pregame talk here. But the fact of the matter is these two teams are matched up tonight, and this should be a relatively close football game. The one real big difference when you look at this just right off the top is Peotone has a bunch of juniors and seniors and a lot of seniors in this team and a lot of experience. In fact, a bunch of players returning from last year's team. And for Wilmington, we have exactly the opposite. A bunch of younger guys. There's some freshmen, some sophomores. There's everything on this starting lineup for Wilmington this year. So it's just one of those years. Peotone's on the upswing with the team this year, and Wilmington's going to get there, but it's going to be a building process. So,
yeah, we have to be a little patient with the young guys. They've shown some real possibilities for us so far this year. We've especially liked Hopley, quarterback. He's only a sophomore, done a great job so far, and he's got this whole year to learn, and he's got 2 more years after that to contribute. So, with things in the future, those young kids are going to grow up the next year and the year after, and they're going to have a team.
Well, the Cats making the long walk out here to the football field. Wilmington will be in their white uniforms tonight with purple letters and purple helmets. Peotone will be in their home blue uniforms tonight with those white helmets and white letters as well, as we get set for football here week 4. And what's odd about this entire thing is, to me, at least at this point, this seems like the small division championship right here. Week 2 of the conference season. I think no matter who you talk to, these two teams are the ones that are kind of in the top echelon of the small division. You know, when you look at the rest of Wilmington's schedule, you already had the win against Westmont. There's Seneca, Reed Custer's in there. I mean, there's still some games left to be played. Lyle is probably the only other real big test left for Wilmington, at least in the small division. But you know, anything can happen, especially when you play Reed Custer and some of those rivalry games, some weird things happen. But effectively, I think most people in the IE8 consider this to be the small division championship here tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure both the teams are very much aware of that. Whoever comes out on top tonight is in the driver's seat completely for the rest of the year. And so this is put up or shut up time tonight. Wilmington's going to have to really show up, and we'll see if those young guys can grow up quick.
Well, this is Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. A big thank you to them and all the rest of our sponsors here tonight, as they are the reason that we can bring you Wilmington Wildcats football each and every week and each and every year here on the network. The one and only place, by the way, that you can catch each and every Wilmington Wildcats football game and have been able to for over a decade. Other people come and go, but we've been here for the long run. As we're near about 18 and a half minutes before we get tonight's game underway. So hope you'll stick around here. We got a lot of stuff coming at you here on the pregame show, including an interview with Coach Jeff Raines. We'll get to that in just a little bit. And we'll look at some of the results from last week, and we'll look ahead at the schedule for tonight around the area. There's some interesting games last week and a couple of interesting matchups here tonight as well. But I think all around the area, kind of the attention shifts to this game tonight, because this is probably one of the bigger matchups of the regular season, at least in this particular area.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. We got both teams out warming up, and the clock keeps on ticking down. 17:52 before the game of the year comes on right here. It's strange in the fourth week of the year, you're saying the game of the year. But for their seasons, this is really putting it on the line right here tonight.
That is it. So we'll get to our first break of the night. When we come back, we'll go over some results from last week all around the area. Well, we can call it, I guess, the first check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We'll get to that after this timeout. You're listening to the Wilmington Wildcats Weekly Pregame Show, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. Back here with the Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company as we get set for week 4 of the high school football season. Peotone and Wilmington tonight. Peotone comes in at 3-0 on the year. Wilmington at 2-1. Their one common opponent has been Mantino, that Peotone defeated, and Wilmington lost to by 1 point. If you remember, Wilmington tried to go for two after scoring that touchdown and did not make it out of the double wing, and that ended up being a 28-27 loss for Wilmington. And Peotone, of course, I believe was back in week 1, jumped on top early, and Mantino had, I want to say, 3 fumbles right away. And quickly it was 21-0, and then Peotone just kind of stayed there for the rest of the game. So,
and that's what Coach was saying. We don't want to get behind them right off. They like to jump out to a quick lead. You got to watch out for yourself. And then for the first half a quarter, very important.
Well, we said we'd go through some results from last week. Let's go ahead and do that right now as we take our first check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Just going through some results from last week. Of course, Wilmington, a 52-14 win that you heard right here on the network. Peotone got a 45-6 win over Reed Custer out there in Braidwood last week. Manteno 19, Sandwich 7. It was Morris 41-12 over Quincy Notre Dame. A couple more, actually 3 more scores from the I-8. Herscher 39-12 over Plano last week.
Wow.
Cole City defeated Streeter 45-0. Lyle defeated Seneca 48-0. And a couple of other scores. Ottawa, the team we played in week 1, Kankakee beat them last week 25-20. So Ottawa in some games here early. And St. Pat's 30-29 over Joliet Catholic last week. And another area game. Wilmington's JV ended up with a 50-6 win over Westmont last week. And not only that, but Wilmington's fresh off team here tonight just got another win, 28-7, 28-8 over Peotone here tonight. Some other college scores, and these are from other players that have graduated from Wilmington, moving on and playing college football. Elmhurst 54, or I guess this is Immaculate Conception. We have one more high school score, 54-0 over Elmwood Park. Here's your college scores. Loris lost to Aurora 31-26. And Olivet, with their 3rd win of the year, a 20-11 win over Siena Heights. I saw the other day that Olivet was 2-0 for the first time since 2005. I don't know when the last time was they were 3-0. I do know back in the late 90s, it might have been 2000 when I went to school there, Olivet were the national runners-up, made it all the way to the national championship. But since then, it's been slim pickings for Olivet. But Mason Southall down there, I guess, played a lot this last week.
Good.
And Olivet's win over Siena Heights. So the Tigers starting some things rolling down there in Kankakee, and good for that program because there's a lot of support there. A lot of people come out to those games. I mean, they get 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people out there for every game. There's a lot of support there. They just cannot seem to get it rolling. And, of course, that's the summer home of the Chicago Bears, too. So there's a lot of good things going on there. Maybe they get that football program kick-started here, too. So that's our first check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. That, by the way, all those scores from last week. Up next, we'll get to our pregame interview with head coach of Wilmington, Mr. Jeff Reintz. We'll do that next. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reintz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Welcome back here to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you once again by Breezer Construction Company, joined by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reintz. And Coach, last week, one of those games where you get a lot of people into the game, you get to move some people around to some different positions and get a good week 1, at least conference win over Westmont.
Yeah, it really was, and really glad the kids, the way they responded after the loss to Manteno. Played with a lot more emotion. That was the biggest thing I took away from it, and the kids playing together. We had a lot of kids do a lot of good things well. Matteo Lombardi, 8 carries for 184 yards. Dempsey had 70 yards. Jones had 90 yards. So that means your offensive line's doing a great job. Hopwood got a touchdown. Matteo got a few touchdowns. Demps. So, real happy from that standpoint. Defensively, we were able to put them in 3rd and long situations. Did a better job against the run, obviously, than what we did against Manteno. So, very happy to get back on track, and we have to going against a really good team like Peotone coming up.
Well, in Westmont, you got to see a little bit different offense than we have against some of the other teams, that kind of that spread type of offense, and 2 or 3 decent athletes on that side of the ball for Westmont, and they had a little bit of success through the air, but a good opportunity for your defense to kind of work against a passing attack.
No, it really was, and our DBs, I thought, got better as the game went on. We got mixed up in a few coverages, but overall, we did a really nice job there, and I thought you're right, it was a good look for us. They ran some nice one-on-one routes against us that we hadn't seen before, and so our kids adjusted to that. So something we're definitely going to need going through the rest of the season.
One of the other things that we talked about last Friday, as a matter of fact, was going through some reps here for special teams and getting Trey some kicks out there, and still a really young group, just special team-wise.
with Josh Jones snapping, and I think it's Golson that's the holder, and then Trey kicking it, and still seeing some growth and some development there, and getting all those opportunities last week can't be anything but a positive for that group.
No, it really is, and like we talked about, how quick can we grow up? And we went through our first 3 games, and I think we've grown up a lot for those first 3 games, and just like you said, between special teams, offense, and defense, the more reps you get with all that stuff. I mean, there's Trey Shaw there going into the season, never been in a varsity game, and now he's kicking, and he's doing a really good job for us. So just like you said, all those reps help out, and something we need to definitely improve on coming off that Mantino loss.
Well, and now you get a Peotone team that's, let's face it, through 3 weeks has been pretty formidable, and 3 good wins, and not a lot of close games either. And a team that's kind of switched things up a little bit to mirror your offense going into this one.
Yeah, it really has. They got 3 great backs, and their offensive line-wise are all together. They have, we talked about this beginning of the season where Peotone has a ton of kids coming back experience-wise. So, but you got to watch the number 24 Gardner. He's a really good one at the running back spot. And but all 3 backs are good. They've got a lot of speed on defense. They are the real deal, and so we know going into this we're in for a really good game, and we got to play at the top of our game. And so let's see what happens Friday, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
It's the first road game for you guys, which is really weird. 4 weeks in that you haven't played a road game yet. Have you talked with the kids at all about that experience, kind of like that experience going on the road, facing a team like this, and kind of maybe withstanding some things early on?
Yeah, I think the beginning of the game is going to be huge emotionally. Here we are in our first road game. They're glad to have us over there. And, no, we talked to our kids about what kind of effort it's going to take, particularly at the beginning of the game. We got to make sure we do our assignment football and take care of things. But you're definitely right. It's going to be a different atmosphere. It's one that our kids, it's another big growing step we got to take to get through. And hopefully we can do that on Friday.
And whether it's fair or not to this group of kids, they're coming off a long string of teams that have kind of been churning through a lot of these opponents, and all these teams are waiting every single week to try to take a shot. And like I said, fair or not, that's something that this group is going to have to deal with.
No, it is what it is, and the truth's the truth about it. And we've been fortunate to have a lot of success conference-wise over the last few years. And so, if you show a chink in your armor like we have against Mantino, it does definitely raise the bar that other teams think, they can get you. And for me, I really don't put that into play as much. It's we're playing a really good team. Is what we're playing now. Whether we had won this many games or not, we better come up with a great effort, or it could be a long night Friday. So, no, I understand exactly what you're saying. Though the other teams, we are circled on their schedules, and we understand that, and so there's a level of play that we have to play up to.
All right, and lastly here tonight, injury-wise, kind of where are we at?
Yeah, we're still. We've been through the injury bug a little bit. Hopefully, we get Anders Allenberg back next week. But this week, Sammy Hafner is going to be out, like we said, for about 6 weeks, and then Brendan Chiree got his leg banged up a little bit during practice, so he's going to be out this week. Hopefully, he's back next week. And beyond that, we're okay. But no doubt about it, we're thin at some spots, just like every 3A team is. And so we got to try to make sure that hopefully we can, knock on wood that we don't get any more huge injuries. So kids are playing hard, kids are playing well, so let's see how we do against Peotone.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you again in the postgame.
Sounds good, John. Thank you, buddy.
Coach Jeff Frings joining us here at Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Take a break, come back, get you prepped for other games going on around the area, and get you set for tonight's matchup between Wilmington and Peotone as well. We'll do that in just a moment, back after this timeout on Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Back here on Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company, about 3 minutes away from opening kick here tonight between Wilmington and Peotone. Take a quick look at other games going on around the area. Streeter at 1-2 will be at Herscher, who is 3-0 so far in the year, and the Herscher Tigers have been rolling through the first 2 or 3 weeks. So Streeter is not going to have an easy time there tonight, I do not believe. Braidwood at 0-3 will be at Lyle, who is 2-1 tonight. Lyle just beat Seneca 48-0. So it could be a long night for Reed Custer as well in that trip up to Lyle. Mantino at 2-1 will be at 3-0 Coal City. That could be a pretty solid matchup here tonight. Plano at 1-2 will be at Sandwich, who is 0-3. I don't care what the records are between Plano and Sandwich. That game is always entertaining. So there's that one going on a little bit later tonight. Also have Seneca at 2-1 going up against Westmont at 2-1. And believe it or not, that might be an interesting game to watch too. That's a couple of teams who are kind of on the lower echelon of that small division of the conference. Joliet Catholic at 1-2 will be at Niles Notre Dame tonight at 2-1. Rochelle at 2-1 will be at 3-0 Morris tonight. Boy, Morris is off to a good start. And Elmhurst Immaculate Conception 2-1 at Chicago Christian also at 2-1. We'll take a break as they have the national anthem here. We'll be back with more of Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company in a moment.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu, including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials, too, online at racchettis.net. Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Racchetti's.
Back here, Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. I know we were going through some of the matchups coming your way tonight. As we just said, Elmhurst Immaculate Conception at Palo Heights, Chicago Christian, I believe that is, at 2-1. And Bishop McNamara at 1-2 on the year will be at Aurora Marmion, who is 3-0. On the college side of things, college games involving Wilmington players this weekend. Loras College plays at Dubuque Saturday night at 7. Olivet Nazarene will host Concordia on Saturday at 1, trying to go to 4-0 on the young season for Olivet football. And the Wilmington freshmen will play at Peotone on Monday at 5:30. One of those rare occasions where there are 3 games. Anymore, you're lucky to get a varsity game and maybe a JV game at some point. But those schedules are starting to thin out a little bit. But, you know, for all the talk about injuries and everything affecting high school football numbers, and no doubt participation is probably down 10 to 15% across the board, the numbers of kids still playing football are still very high. So we'll see where that goes in the future. But and of course, rightly so, people are concerned about health and well-being of their kids, and they should be. But it's just see how that plays out and how the game gets safer. It will evolve a little bit. It'll have to evolve a little bit. But.
Yeah, it will have to evolve a little bit. And we've been doing these games, 10, 12 years, 13 years?
Mm-hmm.
And we've noted very, very few in all those years of any serious injuries of any kind.
No, and I know the CTE stuff and, you know, long-term brain things and all that. They're still doing some research on a lot of those things, but let the experts worry about that and what to do and how to make this game safer, and we will enjoy this tonight. And just like each and every week, do what you can to make this game as safe as possible, but still understand that there are risks inherent with playing a contact sport. There just are. Yeah. But you're right. Over all the years, there's been very few real, what we would call kind of very serious type of injuries, although there have been a few. But for as many people as play the game and as much contact as there is, it's not
I mean, they have really made it. They continue to make it safer, and we're all in favor of that.
Sure.
Make it
Oh
as
yeah.
safe as you
Yeah.
can.
If it's not going to be safe or we can't make it safe, then of course you don't want to risk the well-being of the people that are involved. But in any case, here tonight, Wilmington on the road to take on Peotone, as the Cats at 2-1 on the year. Peotone at 3-0 as we get to week 4.
Guess who's kicking off?
As Trey Shaw will tee it up at the 40, kicking off right to left here tonight. Trey, the freshman kicker for Wilmington, as we get set to get this underway. By the way, Illinois playing tonight. From what I understand, they have blocked 2 field goals and intercepted a pass.
Wow.
And they're losing 6-2. So you want to talk about throwback football? That's going way back.
They definitely could use some help on their offensive side of the ball.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
They have time, but their defense plays fairly decent. Well, we've been to a game down there, and you've been too. Their defense has been justifiably one you can say they're good. Top flight, no, but they're good.
So here's the approach by Shaw, and this kick will bounce down around the 20 and then is touched down about the 21-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for Peotone. Now the Blue Devils have changed things up a little bit here for this season. They have gone to a mostly double wing look, much like Wilmington, so the Cats should be relatively familiar with this look tonight from the Blue Devils, as they will be led by Trevor Schweisau, a 6-foot, 180-pound senior quarterback, and they've got 2 or 3 decent backs as well, so this will be an interesting look for Wilmington here tonight. Here's the wing T look to get things started. 2 backs in the backfield and 1 wing back. So out of the wing T, handoff comes right side, and that's going to go nowhere. Wilmington ready for that, and they stack it up and throw him backwards, and I believe it was blown dead as Dylan Bugie, Bugie at 5'10", 182-pound senior on that carry, and Bugie will get no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Peotone. One thing about Wilmington, traditionally, run defense hasn't been a problem. Mantino, though, put up some yardage.
They had 2 guys. They just made Wilmington miss tackle after tackle after tackle.
Back to the wing T. Wilmington showing 6 down linemen. Handoff again comes right side, and again, nothing there. Maybe a yard on that carry by Bugie. And it'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 9 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Amazing thing about this game is both teams run basically the same offense. They practice against it with their defense every day of the week, so it should be a stalemate.
Well, I know Sam Hafner's injured, but somebody's wearing his jersey. Unless Hafner made a miraculous recovery. I believe Coach said he was injured. Handoff goes up the middle and nowhere. A yard or so, and that's it for Peotone, and 3 plays and out for the Blue Devils. I believe that was Bugie again, and he got, actually it was Gardner. Gardner on the carry as he picks up a gain of 2. Bring up 4th down and a long 7 as Hayden Smith will get set to punt the ball away here. Smith also a senior for Peotone. And the kick is a line drive and taken at the Wilmington 48. This is Brock Bolzer off the far side inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. And Wilmington should have unbelievable field position pending no flags here, and I don't see any. So the Cats once again. So the Cats once again will start Keaton Hopwood at quarterback. It will be Connor Dempsey at 1 wing back. Better just make sure here before I just spout off some names. Dempsey and Matteo Lombardi at the other wing back, and Josh Jones again will get the start at fullback. Dempsey out of motion inside the 45, down near the 41. Slow going there on 1st down against this Peotone defense. A gain of a couple. Bring up 2nd down and 8. And there's one thing about this, the Blue Devils should be relatively familiar with this offense at this point.
Oh, yeah. It's all they've run all year long, all practice and all year. So
3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7.
Bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Cats from the 41-yard line of Peotone. Hopwood back under center, double wing. Dempsey in motion. Hopwood drops back to pass, fires near side, tipped and incomplete. Matter of fact, really good coverage on the near side by Ryan Brewer, 5'9", 185-pound junior. It's closer to picking that off than it was being complete.
That was good defensive position. We might also say he did a nice job of putting the ball where the guy couldn't get it and made it so he couldn't intercept it. But
well, quite honestly, there was nowhere for Keaton to put the football. I mean, he put it where he needed to put it, but there's nowhere to throw that.
If you're going to try to complete it, that was the only place he could go. And probably got even coach a couple gray hairs. He'd really just thrown it over their head.
All right, back to the double wing for Wilmington as the pitch comes near side, inside the 40-yard line, turning ahead down near the 36. And a gain of 5 or so on that play by Connor Dempsey. And it will bring up 4th down and 3, maybe 4 yards to go. We'll call it 3 for Wilmington. And it looks like the Cats will be satisfied with punting it away here.
They're going to play it safe, it looks like. He's going back. They're going to try to pin them back in their own deep in their own territory.
Well, we'll see. Wilmington's been known to do some different things out of this. But the Cats will shift into punt formation. And Ryan Brewer back deep for Peotone. Boy, that's a great snap by Josh Jones. And a kick that will bounce inside the 5 and go into the end zone off the foot of Grant Imhoff. And for Wilmington, that doesn't really do a whole lot for you. You go from the 35 to the 20. And you'd like to see that punt inside the 20-yard line, but it is what it is. If you could keep Peotone on that half of the field, you'll be all right.
Wilmington loves to have Peotone backed up. They don't spend a lot of time passing the ball either, so it gives them a little bit of a feeling of success when you've got back their own 10, 15, 20-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 for Peotone from their own 20. Again, out of the wing T formation, one receiver to the near side. Up under center is Swicehow, and he'll hand it off to, I believe that's the fullback, which is Ryan Brewer. He tried to churn ahead, but good job by that Wilmington defense to just chop it down as Jake Hill will make the tackle for Wilmington. No gain. Bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Devils.
2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
This is like each team's like running their head against a brick wall. The other team was already there before they can get a hole open, and not going well for the running game.
Bring up 2nd down and 10 again. Wing T formation with the wing back to the near side as the handoff comes back off the right side on a little bit of a counter play. Good job again by Hill along with a couple other defenders for Wilmington. Brewer, the ball carrier for Peotone. He'll pick up a couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for Peotone. Well, you get the feeling that either one of these teams are going to have to put the ball in the air at some point, successfully anyway.
Yes. It doesn't have to be way down the field. We'll pass out in the flats or whatever. Just kind of loosen up the defenses a little bit.
Again, wing T, wing back to the far side now, 3rd and 7. As the handoff goes left side, that's going to go nowhere. Really good pursuit by Matteo Lombardi on the far side to wrap that up. And absolutely nothing on the carry by Gardner. And it will be 4th down and 7 after no gain.
Boy,
so again,
nice.
Brock Bolzer back deep for the Cats to return the punt.
Good penetration that time by the Wildcat defense. There you go.
So snap back, the kick from the 15-yard line. Bolzer trying to track it down. It's going to kick, and a good roll for Peotone all the way down to the 36 of Wilmington. That's a nice punt.
Good one.
By Hayden Smith, and the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from their own 37 is where they're going to put it. By the way, Wilmington will be back at home next week with a game that can be heard right here on the Christian Internet Sports Network beginning at 7 o'clock. So Keaton Hopwood and this Wildcats offense trying to get something going. Neither team has been able to do anything offensively so far. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 37. Handoff goes to Lombardi off the right side. That goes nowhere. Mateo gets stacked up, never does get tackled, but gets thrown backwards. And a loss on the play of a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 11 for Wilmington as we approach 6 minutes to go on our opening quarter.
Stopped by Riley James.
I'm still not completely against Josh Jones being at that wingback position.
Yeah.
I think I liked him there.
So far, we've
last
done
week.
This far in the first quarter, we got by both teams a total of 13 yards from 2 running teams.
Jones back at fullback. Hopwood rolls right side, looking downfield, has a receiver wide open, lofts it down the field, and Lombardi drops it at the 30-yard line. I mean, right in his hands. The pass hung up too much from Keaton Hopwood too, but the thing was, Mateo Lombardi was so open that he could hang up the pass. I mean, there was...
Well, he was somewhere between 5 and 10 yards from the nearest defensive player. And you're right, he hung it way up in the air and it floated to give the defensive guy a chance to get over there, but he still should have caught it. He had a chance to catch it before he got there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll say this. That's not an easy catch by Mateo because he had to spin. The ball was behind him, so he had to turn back around and come back to it.
Yeah.
But, and Keaton will tell you he could have thrown that out there a little bit better, too. Hopwood drops back to pass again. Looking down the near side, has a receiver, incomplete. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, that was right on. Just a foot over his leaping reach.
Connor Dempsey, the intended receiver, down to the 35. Well, I've discovered one thing tonight. Wilmington can throw the football if Keaton Hopwood can hit a receiver because there's no one back there.
Yeah, he had a step or two on his defensive player. If that would have been right on, it would have been a big, big gain.
And neither one of those was a bad throw from Keaton. Just got to tighten it up a little bit. Then again, you have to remember, he's a sophomore, first year starting in this level, so it's a learning process. This will bounce at the 35, come back out near the 41, and that's where it's down. And Imhoff's punt not nearly as good that time around, and Peotone kind of swings field position a little bit. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 41. I will say I like the fact that Barry and this offense are trusting Keaton a little bit with throwing the football, and I think you'll see him reel in a couple of those. You know, we talked earlier tonight going into this that he has the arm. He definitely has the strength to throw it. And it's just a matter of getting reps and just getting experience and putting the ball where it needs to be.
I think that's exactly right.
I'm telling you, he's going to be a very good quarterback. You just got to give him some time. Back to the wing tee here as the handoff comes back on the counter, and that goes nowhere. Boy, nice job by Connor Dempsey stepping up to drop that play as the handoff went to Dylan Bugey, and a loss of at least 2.
He and Gramlich were both right there. Who's carrying the ball then?
Bugey, 25. So it'll bring up 2nd and 12 for Peotone from their own 39-yard line as the Blue Devils wing tee with the wing back to the far side. We haven't seen them go out of the double wing quite yet, but they have been running a lot of wing tee. One receiver to the far side, another wing back to the near side. Dropping back to pass, Schweisau is pressured, gets away from the initial defender and strings it out, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Actually, Wilmington probably should have sacked him.
Yes, they should have.
Blaine Shire on the tackle for Wilmington after a gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for Peotone from their own 41. I'll tell you what, so far I like what I see from Wilmington defensively.
Yeah, they're playing it straight up on them.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Shotgun formations for Schweisau with 1 back to his right as he takes the snap, swings it out here on the near side. Pass is caught, but this will be nowhere near a 1st down as Chandler Garner on the reception. Good pursuit out there. Josh Jones, Connor Dempsey. And that will bring up 4th down and 6 after a gain of 4 off the pass play.
That was what we were talking about earlier. So a couple of those little passes out to the flats and so forth, and let the running back have some room to make something happen.
So Brock Bolzer again back deep for the Cats as Hayden Smith will get set to punt it away. His last punt was a good one for Peotone. Actually swung field position a little bit too. And the snap is good. The kick is a line drive. Bolzer takes it on the run at the 30, 35, 40. Bolzer across the 45, 50, and all the way down to the 45-yard line. And we have a flag down very late, right where
There is a flag on the field.
Bolzer was taken down. So let's see what this call is. I like what I'm seeing from Wilmington's offense, too, even though they haven't hit on a couple of things. I like where
They came
it's going.
so close.
Well, this looks like this is going to be on Wilmington here, the way everybody's backing up. 3:03 to go opening quarter, no score between Wilmington and Peotone.
Oh, boy, that's what you don't want.
And it is a hold on Wilmington. Even so, this will be pretty good field position for the Cats. The Cats will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, I tell you what, there is a crowd here tonight. I can't remember. I've been coming to Peotone football games for a long time, even when Wilmington hasn't been playing, playoffs and other things. I don't think I can remember a crowd like this at a Peotone game.
They got a lot of people standing around both sides of the field.
And yes, I do go to other games other than Wilmington. Last couple of years, I tried to go to some different playoff games.
Yeah. I don't think people listening know this is your favorite time of year.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I'd watch football every night of the week if I could. Here, double wing, handoff goes to the fullback. Josh Jones almost broke it. Gets across midfield down to the 48-yard line of Peotone. I mean, that's a chunk of yards right there. And that's what I mean by even seeing Josh maybe some at that wingback position, because you give him a little bit of momentum, and he's very difficult to bring down. 2nd and 3 for the Cats after that run of 7.
Ball at the Peotone 48-yard line.
Clock down to 2:35 to go opening quarter. Dempsey to the far side. Lombardi back to the near side, and Jones at fullback. Hopwood up under center. 2nd down and 3. Pitch near side to Dempsey trying to get the corner, and that's not going to go anywhere. That's strung out, and I mean everybody and their brother out there to tackle Connor Dempsey. Yes. Ryan Brewer out there, and Chandler Garner out there as well. And Wilmington goes from 2nd and 3 to 3rd and 6. Well, if you're going to run like that, you got to cut the ball back up somewhere.
Yeah, I kept expecting him to cut up, and he didn't.
Hopwood drops back to pass, setting up a screen, comes near side, caught by Jones inside the 40, 35, Josh to the 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line of Peotone before he's finally tripped up. And a gain of 26 yards on the pass play from Hopwood to Josh Jones.
That's what I've been waiting to see right there.
Remember, it's like they're reading our minds from when we're driving over here. It's like, you know, it's a little bit of screen passes, some short stuff. Barry, it's dangerous if Barry's reading my mind because.
No, that was beautifully called, beautifully played.
And I know Barry sometimes people get on him for running the ball, but he will pass it when need be. He will absolutely pass it when he feels like he can't. As the handoff goes up the middle, and it'll be a gain of a couple there on the run by Josh Jones, the fullback, bring up 2nd down and 8.
2-yard gain.
The thing about this coaching staff, it's worked, and it's worked for a long time. So when something's working, you don't mess with it, that's for sure. 2nd down and 8 for Wilmington from the 23-yard line. Handoff again to Josh Jones. Bangs over a defender all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Finally tackled by Chandler Garner. And that will be a Wilmington 1st down. So he'll pick up 9 yards. It'll be a Wilmington 1st down inside the 15-yard line.
You know, we were talking about we'd like to see Josh Jones this night run the ball a lot. A lot of power, size. He's a tough guy to bring down, 6 foot, 220 pounds.
First and 10 from the 15. Josh Jones again. They just keep feeding him all the way down to the 10-yard line, and why not? You can get 4 or 5 yards of carry with Josh. Why go to anything else? Bring up 2nd and 5 for Wilmington. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Well, Wilmington on the move. No score as of yet, but the Cats knocking on the door. It will be 2nd down and 5 when we go to the start of quarter number 2. No score here. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
So Wilmington will face 2nd and a long 5 here from the Peotone 10. Actually, they moved the ball all the way back out to the 11, which is actually almost near the 12.
2nd down and 6 from the 10-yard line.
It goes from 2nd and 5 to almost 2nd and 7. Hopwood drops back to pass, fires right side, incomplete. Everybody covered on the near side anyway. That was intended for Connor Dempsey. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for Wilmington. By the way,
3rd down and 6.
Cole City in that battle with Mantino leads 14-0. So the Kohlers up early in their battle with Mantino, and Hersher leads Streeter 13-7 early.
Oh, Streeter scored on already.
We'll have that full check of the scoreboard when we get to our halftime show as well. 3rd down and close to 7 for Wilmington as the handoff goes up the middle as this churns all the way down inside the 10 near the 6 by Josh Jones. And if this isn't a first down, it's going to be really close to one. Give him a good 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and 2 for Wilmington from the 6-yard line. I guess it's technically 4th and 1. So give him a good 5-6 yards in that carry for Josh Jones. And I think if I'm Wilmington, guess who I go back to?
Go with the pack mule, Josh Jones.
I believe so. 4th down and a long yard for the Cats just outside the 5 at almost the 6-yard line of Peotone. Hopwood back under center, double wing. And I think Wilmington had 2 guys in motion. And they did. Oh, boy. So Connor Dempsey, looked like Dempsey moved when Matteo Lombardi was in motion. Actually, Dempsey took off forward.
I think LeMaster on the other end down there moved as well.
Well, now this makes things very interesting for Wilmington because Trey Shaw will come on to attempt a field goal here. This is going to be a 26-yard field goal. Snap is good. The kick by Shaw, he almost completely missed the football. I don't know what happened there, if the hold was off or what, but Peotone holds, and we'll get the ball over after the, I guess you call that a block field goal. Not really sure what that would go down as. And Peotone will take over 1st and 10 with the ball just outside the 10-yard line at near the 11.
Well, what you call that is a wasted opportunity.
That's just about 100% accurate right there, I do believe. And there is a flag down. And we have the infamous sideline warning on Wilmington for something that means absolutely nothing at the 10:46 mark of the half.
I'm persuaded they just throw it out.
As you well know, that is probably my most hated call in all of sports, is the sideline warning for something that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. So, first down and 10 for Peotone from the 11. I mean, if they're in your way on a play on the sideline, that's one thing. But in any case, wing T formation here for Peotone as the handoff goes right side, and that gets stacked up for no gain. Again, the interior of that Wilmington defense doing a nice job. That would be Bugie on the carry, and Dillon gets maybe a yard. It'll bring up second down and 9.
Gain of 1.
Let's go down to 10:20 to go here in the opening half. Of course, it is a beautiful night for football. We've got a huge crowd out here. Of course, Wilmington has traveled well. I mean, the Wildcats are only about 20 minutes from here. And Peotone has brought out a ton of fans tonight as well. Back to the wing T, wing back in the far side. Schweisau drops back to pass, fires over the middle of the field. That is caught out at the 45-yard line. And a nice pass from Schweisau as well. A gain of 35 yards and a Peotone first down. There is a flag down, though. And we have a sideline warning on Peotone.
Sideline warning on Peotone.
That doesn't change my thought on that call. That's
35-yard pass.
No, I think that increases it.
It's just ridiculous. Unless you trip over somebody or something, it's whatever. All right, 10 minutes and counting to go here in the first half. Peotone on the move, just like Wilmington was a moment ago. Handoff goes left side. That's a good run on first down. Hard run by Chandler Garner. He'll pick up a good 4 yards, bring up second down and 6 for Peotone. Maybe that kickstarts the Blue Devils offense.
Yeah, you got an extra 2 yards. The Wilmington player hit him from the back to tackle him and knock him forward 2 yards.
Second down and 6.
Tell you what, that was a nice throw.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice pass.
It was very good.
On the money.
It was right on.
So wing T here, wing back to the far side. Second down and 6 for Peotone from almost the midfield stripe. Handoff goes to the fullback, and nothing there for Ryan Brewer. Maybe a yard, and it'll bring up third down and 5.
Ryan Brewer up the middle for a gain of 1.
So third and 5 here for Peotone from the Wilmington 49. One thing about it, this game is going by in a flash.
It is.
We're down under 9 minutes to go in the half. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 back to the near. Schweisau out of the gun with 1 running back to his left on 3rd and 5 from the Wilmington 49. And pass comes left side, caught, and there is all kinds of room to the 30, to the 25, all the way down inside the 20 to the 17, almost the 16-yard line. A gain of 32 yards on that pass play to Jack O'Boyle. O'Boyle, a 6'3", 190-pound senior.
Well, he was wide open. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards, 15 yards of him.
Handoff comes left side. That's going to go nowhere for Chandler Garner.
I think if I was them, I'd just cancel the running game. Go ahead and pass it.
I mean, running it here and there is fine, but yeah, I think you're right. The way they're passing the football.
I mean, they've got guys now. The first one was right on, but this guy's wide open. And
down to 8 minutes to go in the half. No score. Second down and 10 from just outside the 16. Schweisau rolls right side, fires, and that is caught. And also a flag comes in late for a late hit on the quarterback.
There is a flag on the field.
So that caught, I believe, by Ryan Brewer on the far side for what would be a gain of 2 yards, but I think we have roughing the passer on Wilmington. At least that's what it looks like. And we do have roughing the passer.
Against Wilmington.
So that'll bring the ball all the way down to the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal, I believe, depending on where this is here. So it'll be first and goal from the 7-yard line of Wilmington. Boy, you can't afford penalties like that tonight.
First and goal for the Blue Devils.
First and goal from the 7 out of the wing tee. Handoff goes right side, a whole bunch of room, and in for the touchdown is Dylan Bugie. So Dylan Bugie with the carry, a 7-yard touchdown run for Peotone, and they lead at 6-0 with 7:44 to go in the opening half. So extra point upcoming here for Hayden Smith. That's a nice drive by Peotone. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good as well. And Peotone leads at 7-0, 7:44 to go opening half. We'll take a break, come back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG-tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
First and 10. My goodness, I'm getting ahead of myself. Kickoff set here for Peotone. Jumping way ahead of myself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hayden Smith will get set to kick right to left here from the Peotone 40-yard line. 7:44 to go in the half. As the Blue Devils lead at 7-0. Wilmington was about ready to score, and then they had on a 3rd down and 3. The Cats jumped off sides on offense, so a false start penalty moved it back. Wilmington could not pick up the first down and tried to kick a field goal, and that went awry, and then all of a sudden Peotone goes straight down the field and scores. So the Cats will return this. Brock Bolzer out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, and Wilmington will start there 1st and 10. Boy, the momentum swing in this game in a hurry. Wilmington had the ball all the way down inside the Peotone 10, and then one penalty.
Yep, killed the whole
threw
thing.
a wrench in the entire drive, and all of a sudden Peotone scoring a touchdown.
Well, it's like Peotone was reinvigorated. They looked like they were going to lose the lead in the first half, and turn around, they ended up taking the lead.
1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 21-yard line of the Cats. And the handoff comes right side out to the 24-yard line. So a gain of 3 on 1st down by Matteo Lombardi.
Matteo Lombardi, the ball carrier.
I'm going to tell you something else. Points are going to be at a premium tonight. And if you're Wilmington, you don't want to get down more than 1 score.
No, you don't.
Because that can be big-time trouble. So 2nd down and 7 for the Cats from their own 24-yard line. Hopwood rolls back, fires over the middle. That's intercepted, and that was not a particularly good idea from Keaton Hopwood, and it's going to be returned down to the 15-yard line. And that pass picked off, and that was it.
That's what we were talking about before the game. You don't want to do anything that lets them score quickly. Now this is setting up a second touchdown on the 15-yard line.
The Wilmington 14-yard line.
Well, and Keaton was under pressure, and he turned around and tried to throw back across his body over the middle of the field. He was hit as he threw it and then just kind of launched it over the middle and got it into trouble real quick. So Peotone will have it 1st and 10 from the Wilmington 14, and a very short field for the Blue Devils here. Out of the wing tee, wing back to the near side, and 1 receiver to the left side as well. This handoff goes nowhere. Matter of fact, might lose a couple of yards. And Chandler Garner on the carry. He'll lose at least 2. It'll bring up 2nd and long for Peotone. Boy, how fast did things change in this game?
Well, I think this is what Peotone's done all year. They've struck quickly. And a lot of times it's been on the other team's mistakes.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 12 for Peotone. Ball at the Wilmington 16-yard line. Wing tee to the right side with 1 wide out to the left. Handoff to Bugie. Stays on his feet, and good run there. Gets down inside the 15 to near the 11. And that'll be a gain of 5 yards for Dylan Bugie. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for Peotone.
Near the 10-yard line.
Well, for Wilmington, you have to make a stand here because you really don't want to go down 2 touchdowns here just before the half. Let's see if the Cats can do something defensively after getting stuck deep in a hole here. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 back to the near. Swiceau out of the gun. From the 11, drops back to pass. Still holding all kinds of time. Rolls right side, fires up into the end zone, and that's incomplete and nowhere near anybody. He just kind of threw it away. And a really good job by Wilmington defensively. I mean, that's as good as you can get for this Wildcats defense to force what I think will be a field goal opportunity here for Peotone. Matter of fact, Peotone gained all of 3 yards on that drive. So Hayden Smith will get set for what looks to be a 28-yard field goal attempt. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick looks pretty good. Nope, no good. Missed it wide right. Looked pretty good, but our angle over here is a little odd. So no good, and Wilmington makes a huge defensive stand. I mean, if that doesn't fire crucial. Up, nothing will.
Yeah, that's something to pick them up off the canvas and get them going. Holding this Devils team to a field goal try and no go, Joe.
That couldn't have missed by much, by the way. That looked pretty good. So 1st and 10 for Wilmington. The ball will be out to the 20-yard line after the missed field goal. We'll see what the Cats do here offensively after a really nice defensive stand. Hopwood back under center. Out of the double wing, pitch back to Connor Dempsey. And he'll get a couple of yards, but that's going to be it.
Connor Dempsey, the ball carrier.
So that will bring up 2nd down and long, close to 8 for Wilmington.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
I think I'd still like to see Josh Jones at a wingback. I'd like to see that experiment for a drive at least.
It's a lot of power.
Bring up 2nd down and 8 as Hopwood will pitch it near side, and this stretched out across the 25 to the 26-yard line by Matteo Lombardi. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Wilmington after a gain of about 3.
Ball's at the 25-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
If you're Wilmington, do you go back to the well with Keaton Hopwood passing, or you just keep the ball on the ground at this point and see what you get?
You give it to Josh Jones and see what I get and kick.
So bring up 3rd down and 5. Hopwood's going to pass it. Drops back, setting up the screen near side. Caught by Jones, but I don't think he got the 1st down. It's real close. But very good pursuit by Chandler Garner. Read that, and it will bring up 4th down and about a yard or so here for Wilmington. And I don't know, but it certainly looks like, well, I thought Wilmington was going to consider going for it, but now it looks like they'll bring on the punting unit. I still don't think there's anyone out there that can stop Josh Jones on a 1-yard carry.
And I believe it enough, I'd let him try it.
But There's a long time to go in this game, and a timeout to Peotone. So 3:25 to go in the half, and the Blue Devils lead at 7-0. And now Barry and Coach Rinks discussing some things here, and I think they might go for this. You can see Barry and Coach Rinks talking it over, and it looks anyway like the offense might go back out there. We're going to keep it here for a minute.
That's a good full yard, too.
I know we haven't had a lot of commercial time here tonight, but this is an interesting development as the Cats look like they're going to go for it here. Although Wilmington has done some things like this before, just kind of playing around with a few different looks here, but I mean, they took off the entire punt team and put all the offense back out there. So
now, Peotone was one they called the timeout, right?
Peotone called the timeout.
Huh.
And that gave Wilmington enough time to think about it that I think I'd almost go I formation, I think, with Josh Jones back there.
We might have I formation with a couple wideouts just to pull people away from the line.
Well, let's see what Wilmington does here. 4th down and a yard, and the Cats bring out their regular offense.
Down and 1.
So Wilmington will set up on 4th and a yard. Keaton Hopwood under center. Might do just a hard count here, I don't know, as the Cats will use a timeout, and they're not going to go for it.
Timeout. Wilmington.
And that worked last week about 3 times, but I'm sure the Blue Devils have seen that.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back for the punt here in just a moment. You're listening to Kent's Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Rinks goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today.
Punt taken at the 43 out to the 48-yard line. And a 5-yard return by Ryan Brewer. A very late flag coming in. We'll see what this flag is all about. And it looks, well, I don't know. Still talking it over a little bit here.
Face mask? 5-yard
so
face mask.
A 5-yard face mask on Wilmington. And that will give Peotone 1st and 10 from the 46 of the Wildcats. So that punt netted you all of 20 yards.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at the Wilmington 46-yard line.
I'd sure like to have that called over again.
So 1st and 10 for Peotone from the Wilmington 46, down to 3:15 to go in the half. Wing T with the wing back to the near side. As the Cats creeping up 6 or 7 along that line. Handoff comes left side and nowhere to go for Chandler Garner. Maybe a yard on that run. Good pursuit on the near side. Josh Jones in on the tackle for Wilmington.
Yeah, he got one. For the most part, yards been hard to come by Peotone on the running game. With the passing game, they've done very well.
45-yard line.
So bring up 2nd down and 9 for Peotone from the 45 of Wilmington, down to 2:40 to go in the half. Again, wing T set to the left. Wilmington with 7 guys down on the line of scrimmage. Double handoff to the far side. Wilmington has run that play for years, and this works for Peotone. This might go for a touchdown. Inside the 20, inside the 10, and all the way down near the 7-yard line of Wilmington.
Dylan Bugie, the ball carrier.
A gain of 37 yards
38-yard gain.
by Dylan Bugie. And Peotone will have it first and goal from the Wilmington 7.
Boy, that double handoff. Wilmington's used that a number of times to get some good gains. Now they've had it used against them.
So Peotone knocking on the door again. They've been down here a few times, have only scored once. And again, for Wilmington, you need another big defensive stand, because the Wildcats offense has only had one drive.
That's
that
it.
fizzled out after a penalty. So wing T set to the left. Swiso will hand it off up the middle, and this is going to go for another touchdown.
Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Touchdown on the run by Chandler Garner. And Peotone now leads it 13-0 over Wilmington with 1:53 to go in the half. So on to attempt the extra point for Peotone is Hayden Smith. So good snap, good hold, and the kick is good.
The extra point is
So 14-0 is the lead for Peotone here over Wilmington with 1:53 to go in the half. Take a break, come back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Well, Peotone leads Wilmington 14-0, 1:53 to go in the half. This game was decisively going Wilmington's direction until they got down inside the 10 and ended up with a penalty that just fizzled out the drive. And ever since then, Peotone's been on a run, and a big run at that. Bolzer takes it at the 13-yard line, out to the 20, across the end of the 25, 30, and finally taken down just shy of the 30-yard line. That's where Wilmington will start first and 10. And for the Wildcats, you really need to make something happen offensively here with this last 1:43.
Well, yeah, since that one drive is the only time that Wilmington has moved the ball all night long.
Kick return out to the 29-yard line where Wilmington starts first down and 10.
So this is when they need to make a statement before halftime if they can do it.
Well, and ever since then, the offense has sputtered and the defense has given up some big plays.
Yep. Both areas, you're exactly correct.
And again, the one thing that Coach Reitz is worried about was not most of the time stopping the offense, is those 5 or 6 big plays.
Yep.
And they've just given up a lot of those this year. So first and 10 for Wilmington from their own 29. Handoff comes off the right side. A gain of a couple on that run by Matteo Lombardi, and I don't think Wilmington's going to do anything here. I think they're going to sit on it and go into the half. Down to 1:25 to go on that clock, and the Wildcats are in no hurry here at all. Second down and 8 upcoming. So again, back to the double wing. As handoff comes near side. This is Lombardi, I believe, out across the 35 to near the 40-yard line. It will be a first down for Wilmington as the ball out to the 39, 58 seconds to go in the half.
Ball out to the 39-yard line. First down, Wilmington.
And again, Wilmington in no hurry here. As Hopwood drops back to pass, fires deep down the middle. Dempsey's got it at the 35 to the 30. Connor Dempsey's going to go to the house. Touchdown, Wilmington. A 61-yard touchdown pass. Keaton Hopwood to Connor Dempsey with 36 seconds to go in the half. Well, Wilmington in no big hurry, but they decided that they would take one shot at it. I think they were fine with letting the clock run. 61-yard touchdown pass. Keaton Hopwood to Connor Dempsey, and that is a beautiful throw from Keaton. And Wilmington pending the extra point here, back to within 7 points. I think it was quite clear Wilmington was fine with using clock and just taking a shot or two and seeing what would happen, and ended up working out just fine for the Cats. And this kick is blocked. Well, Wilmington's special teams continue to struggle a little bit as Peotone leads at 14-6 with 36 seconds to go in the half. But if you're Wilmington, boy, is that huge. That is a huge touchdown with 36 seconds to go in this first half. Especially when you consider the Cats were not in any hurry-up offense at all. They were just kind of running their normal offense, letting the clock roll. Yeah. And Barry decided to take a shot downfield after a couple of running plays, and wide open and went to the house.
Well, they've been open down there. All you have to do is get the ball to him. This is the first time he's really placed it right in their hands on a full stride. And he had good separation. He had a good 5 yards from the nearest defender and carried it easily. Nice call by Mr. Southall.
Good job by Barry, and a nice job by Keaton and Connor both to make that play work. And last thing you wanted to do if you were Wilmington was get into some crazy hurry-up thing and turn the ball over and throw it away or do whatever. So the Cats just went with their normal offense and just in the midst of running that normal offense just took a shot like they did earlier tonight, and it worked.
Well, it had all of us lulled to sleep. We're saying, well, they're just going to finish out the half. Start the second half.
That was a nice throw. That was a beautiful pass, and now Trey Shaw to tee it up from left to right from the 40-yard line of Wilmington. 36 seconds to go in this first half. Shaw's kick, a squibber along the ground, taken out at the 25, out to the 30 and to the 36-yard line. Peotone will have it there first and 10, and still a little bit of time for the Blue Devils should they try to take a shot or two here. And if you're Peotone, I would say why not?
Well, they got time to do it.
And you've seen the field goal kicker. Hayden Smith, you get that ball inside the 25-yard line, I'd take a shot at it.
Oh, yeah. No, he's done well. They've protected well for his kicks. So.
Of course, the last thing you want to do if you're Peotone is turn the ball over here. Now that Wilmington's got a little bit of momentum. Wing tee for Peotone from their own 36-yard line. Handoff goes right side. Decent hole, and then picked up and slammed back to the ground is Bugie.
What a tackle.
Boy, that's, you want to talk about just finishing it off. I believe that might have been Matteo Lombardi who just lifted him up and slammed him back to the ground. And Peotone is going to let the half come to a close. Well, the Blue Devils went on a little run, but Wilmington managed to steal a little bit of magic right before the half as Peotone leads at 14-6 over Wilmington as we reach the end of the first half of play. Well, welcome into our halftime show brought to you by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria. Ricchetti's with their weekly specials daily specials each and every day of the week over there in Coal City. Big thank you to Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria for sponsoring our halftime show. We'll have a check of your first half stats. We'll also have a check of the Odekirk Allred and Associates IHSA football scoreboard during this halftime show. Take a break, come back to the first half stats in a moment. You're listening to the Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu, including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials too online at ricettis.net. Ricetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Ricetti's. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
Heroin. I am Matt Baskerville. As a funeral director in Will County, I can tell you firsthand that I have seen results of heroin overdose.
Plainfield Shorewood, 4 dead. Lockport, 5 dead. I am Reagan Freitag. As Wilmington's local prosecutor and Will County board member, I can tell you I have seen the trouble and hardships of addictions.
Frankfort, Mokina, New Lenox, 6 dead. Bolingbrook, Romeoville, 6 dead. In Wilmington and Braidwood, heroin equals death or arrest.
Wilmington, Braidwood, 8 dead. Thanks to efforts of our local police departments, that number has dropped from 8 deaths in 2015 to 2 deaths so far in 2016.
If your family, your friend, or you are suffering from heroin addiction, there is help. Please call 815-476-1660 for more information.
Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
Back in the halftime show brought to you by Ricetti's Cafe and Pizzeria as Peotone leads Wilmington 14-6 at the half, and what's been a very good IHSA matchup here tonight here in the I-8 small division, as effectively this is probably the conference championship here in the small group of the I-8 conference. And Wilmington early on had a nice drive, got the ball down inside the 10, got a penalty that kind of stalled that drive. Peotone immediately went down the field, scored a touchdown. Then off a Keaton Hopwood interception, Peotone was set up at the 14 of Wilmington, only got to the 11 and then missed a field goal. Wilmington got the ball back again and didn't do anything. Peotone got it back, marched right down the field, went into the end zone, and all of a sudden it was 14-0, and everybody's looking like, uh-oh, what's going on here? And then Wilmington, with 1:50 left, gets the ball back. They run a couple of running plays. The clock gets down under 50 seconds or so. They get a first down, and it looks like they're just churning clock and kind of using some things here. And then all of a sudden, Keaton Hopwood throws a 61-yard touchdown pass to Connor Dempsey, and a pass that they've tried a couple times tonight already. Just kind of in the normal flow of the game, and there it went for a 61-yard touchdown, and Wilmington back to within 1 score.
Well, that's been open before. They just missed the receiver. And that time they hit it right, and he hit him right in stride. Just a perfect strike. Put the Wilmington Wildcats back on the board and picked them up off the floor and gave them a little excitement now.
All right, your first half stats. First of all, for Wilmington, rushing the football, Connor Dempsey, 4 rushing attempts for 6 yards in that first half. Josh Jones ran the ball 5 times for 27 yards. And Matteo Lombardi, 5 carries for 14 yards. Wilmington, 14 rushing attempts for 47 yards in the first half. Keaton Hopwood through the air was 3 of 8 for 91 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Connor Dempsey caught 1 pass. That was the 61-yard touchdown pass. And Josh Jones with 2 receptions for 30 yards. And so Keaton ends up 3 of 8 for 91 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Total it all up, Wilmington with 138 yards of offense in that first half. For Peotone, rushing the football, Trevor Schweitzer with a 1 carry for 2 yards. Chandler Garner ran the ball 7 times for 12 yards and a touchdown. Dalen Bugie with 8 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Brewer ran the ball 3 times for 3 yards. 19 rushing attempts, 70 yards on the ground for Peotone, and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Trevor Schweitzer with 3 of 5 passing for 71 yards, including 1 reception by Chandler Garner for 4 yards and 2 receptions by Jack O'Boyle for 67 yards through the air. 1 reception of 35 yards and 1 of 32. 71 yards in the air, 70 on the ground, 141 yards of total offense for Peotone. So the Blue Devils with 141 yards of offense and Wilmington with 138. That's a pretty
close,
even first half of football. Pretty much like we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's right down the wire, exactly what we thought it was going to be. And mistakes or blocked coverages or missed men, that's been the tail of the tape tonight.
So Wilmington managed to get a late touchdown to get this back to within 1 score. But again, Wilmington's struggling on special teams. We saw a field goal attempt earlier that just really didn't even get off the ground. There's been a missed extra point here, and that's kind of been a sore spot all year for Wilmington is the kicking game. Sometimes it looks very good, and then other times it kind of falls apart a little bit. So
that one loss they cost them last time, time before last. That was lost because of an extra point hit the field goal, didn't get through, and so they were down by 1, so they decided to go for 2, didn't make it, and all those points, all those little different things are important. And of course, our kicker is only a freshman,
and they're young, and Josh Jones is turning into the long snapper, and Golson's holding, and that thing's going to have to just take some reps and get a little bit better. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's just going to take some practice. 14-6 is the lead for Peotone at the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, get your first check of our Odekirk Allred and Associates IHSA football scoreboard. We'll do that in a moment. You're listening to the Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow, and I can't be all hungover from drinking. Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school, and sports, and clubs, and so much stuff. I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk.
Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh, man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink. I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Sebring Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and Samson.
Back here on the halftime show brought to you by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria. Ricchetti's over there in downtown Coal City. Has daily specials every single day of the week, so be sure to stop in over at Ricciani's. Well, that brings us to the portion of the show where we check the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. And once again, we have a slew of scores to go through here. Big thank you to Odekirk Allred and Associates for sponsoring the scoreboard again this year. They have offices in both Joliet and a brand new office in Wilmington. So make sure to contact them should you need any legal representation. 14-6 the lead for Peotone over Wilmington. A check of the IHSA football scoreboard reveals this. First of all, on the I-8 side of things, Coal City leads Mantino 20-7. It was 14-7 until just literally seconds ago. Lyle leads Reed Custer. That score now 22-0. The Comets can't even score, let alone come close to winning a game this year. I don't know what's going on over there.
I thought they would be up there.
I thought that was going to be a step in the right direction this year.
They seemed to turn the corner last year, and we thought, well, they're going to have a solid team this year.
Sandwich leads Plano 7-3 in that battle. What road is that up there? Battle of, that's not 17, 60, 58? I don't know.
38, 27.
Something. Battle of whatever road that is that goes between Plano and Sandwich. Sandwich leads at 7-3. Westmont leads Seneca 7-0.
Oh.
Herscher up over Streeter in a surprisingly, almost shockingly close game. Herscher 28-21 over Streeter in that matchup.
They just got that touchdown. Herscher did just minutes ago.
Also, on the scores around the area, in a little bit of surprise, Rochelle leads Morris tonight 20-14 as the Redskins started off 3-0, and they're having a little bit of trouble with the Hubs. It's now let's just check all the rest of them. We got a ton of them. Neuqua Valley 7-7 with Wheaton Warrenville South. Montini leads, I believe that must be Brookfield, 14-7. Mateo Valley 14-7 over Wheaton North. Willowbrook leads Addison Trail. That score now 14-0. Immaculate Conception, by the way, if you're thinking 3A, they lead Chicago Christian 40-17. 21-14 Glenbard South over Ridgewood. Some other area scores. Bloomington leads Kankakee. Get this score, 7-2.
It's not like a baseball game.
Also, Plainfield Central 28, Joliet Central nothing. Plainfield South 7, Oswego East 6. Notre Dame out of Niles leads Joliet Catholic 14-0. Oswego 28, Plainfield East nothing. Lincoln Way Central 28-0 over Lockport. It's Bolingbrook 20, Homewood Flossmoor 13. Hinsdale South 16-0 over Downers Grove South. West Aurora has a 7-6 lead in their game. St. Lawrence leads St. Rita tonight 13-10. Plainfield North leads Minooka. That score now 14-7. Naperville North 7 over Lake Park. Lake Park has 7-6 Naperville North. Lamont 7, Richards 3. It's Providence, a 14-0 lead on St. Ignatius. Lincoln Way East leads Sandburg 29-7. No score yet for Lincoln Way West and Thornridge. And I believe that is the complete check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. One more quick look at the I-8 scores. Coal City 20, Mantino 7, Lyle 22-0 over Reed Custer, Sandwich 7, Plano 3, Westmont a 7-0 lead on Seneca, Herscher 28-21 over Streeter, and then our one other area score that a lot of people are interested in, Rochelle leads Morris 20-14. And that is a complete check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates.
Some interesting scores on there.
Yeah, some good matchups tonight.
I'm completely surprised Streeter's in the game against Herscher. I figured Herscher would just blow them out.
I think, speaking of scores, I think Illinois is getting trucked tonight.
Oh, that's probably true.
They hung around for a little while. But let me check that. 23-9 at halftime is the lead for South Florida, which isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And now it's 14-3 Sandwich over Plano. So Sandwich now up 14-3. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with your second half in just a moment. Big thank you to Ricciani's Cafe and Pizzeria for sponsoring the halftime show here tonight. Take a break. We'll come back with your second half in just a moment. Peotone leads Wilmington 14-6. Here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. and you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today.
Back here on the Christian Internet Sports Network as we get set for start of quarter number 3 as Peotone leads at 14-6 over Wilmington.
Key for the second half for Wilmington is what? No mistakes.
Well, there's a couple of things. It doesn't change a whole lot from when this game started. And there's a couple of real big things. Number one, you can't give up big plays. And Wilmington's given up 3 or 4 of those. That's what's directly led to scores from Peotone is giving up big plays. That's got to go bye-bye. You have to avoid turnovers just like each and every game. And for Wilmington, when an opportunity presents itself, you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
If you don't turn the ball over, you don't give up big plays, and you take advantage of opportunities, Wilmington will win this game. That's asking a lot from a very young football team. But if you can do those 3 things, it'll be all right.
I mean, that score right before halftime, that changed a lot of the complexion of the game. And when you look at the halftime stats, Wilmington was every bit as in it as Peotone, but Peotone was making their opportunities count.
Well, now if you're Wilmington, you will receive the ball to start the second half, and this is a big drive on both sides here. First of all, for Wilmington, you want to take a step closer to getting yourself back in this game. And for Peotone, you want to keep things stretched out where they've already been. So this drive here will go a long ways toward determining the outcome of this game, I do believe. And if there's one thing that Coach Reentz, Barry, and the rest of the staff do very well, it is halftime adjustments.
They usually do very, very well. And
so we'll see here, but usually that's a good sign for Wilmington when we start in the second half, but we'll find out here shortly. This kick going to hit at the 10, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So Wilmington will take advantage of that errant kick, and the Cats will have fairly decent field position here to start their first drive of the second half.
Well, that's what they needed. They needed the ball right off the bat. They got it. They got decent field position, so a couple pluses for the second half already.
And I don't think things have changed a whole lot for Wilmington here on offense.
No.
You know, if you can get 3, 4, 5 yards of carry, that's fine. Stay with that. Every now and then take a shot downfield, kind of like you did at the end of the half. And I think that's fine. I mean, again, even down a score or down 2 scores, there's no need to panic. There's plenty of time left. Just take advantage of opportunities when you have them. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 35, going left to right. Dempsey in motion. Handoff on the misdirection comes back underneath. And that will be Mateo Lombardi with a gain of 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Wilmington from the 40.
That was some tough running Mateo did there.
Yeah, kind of that little counter play. They put Dempsey in motion from the near side wing back and fake it to him and go on the counter with Lombardi coming from the other wing back. And now Wilmington will have it 2nd and 5. Hopwood back under center. As the handoff goes to Jones.
Look at him.
Josh Jones carrying a bunch of people with him.
3 guys, I think he has carrying down to the.
So get out to the 43, close to the 44-yard line.
Looked like he was.
3rd down and 2 from the 43-yard line.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 2, almost 3 for Wilmington. I still see a big advantage of him at wingback every now and then, too. I think that just the motion of him getting into speed a little bit. So 3rd down and a long 2 for the Cats from the 43. Hopwood's going to keep it. Looking downfield, and there's nothing there. In fact, he fumbled the football. And it's recovered by Peotone, I do believe, at the Wilmington 44-yard line.
Recovered by the Blue Devils.
Well, Keaton Hopwood had nowhere to go with the football. He managed to escape one defender, but tried to get the 1st down, and while he was trying to do that, he coughed up the football. So not only does Wilmington not get any points out of the drive, they also give up a massive amount of field position.
Boy, that's what we said starting second half. You cannot make mistakes.
Well, 1st and 10 for Peotone from the 44 of Wilmington. Back to the wing T for the Blue Devils here. As the handoff goes off tackle right side for a couple of yards. That's Dylan Bugie. Not a whole lot there. We'll call it 2nd down and 8 for Peotone. Ball down to the 42-yard line of Wilmington.
Gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
This is one of those games that the clock stays running all the time just about.
It's a fast game, this one. So back to the wing T, wing back to the near side. 2nd down and 8 for Peotone. Handoff, cut back, left side, down to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be it. Gain of maybe 2 more. Chandler Garner on the carry.
Carries the ball to the 40-yard line.
And it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for Peotone at the Wilmington 40. And, you know, you hate to say it, but
watch that
this
pass.
is a huge 3rd down for Wilmington defensively.
I tell you what, and with that, just like those few passes do, you have to be aware of that pass now.
So bring up 3rd down and a long 6 for Peotone from the 40, wing T to the near side, 1 receiver to the far. Schweisau juts back to pass, looking right side, fires down the sideline, incomplete, and we do have a flag down.
That was right at the end of the play, too, and it was in the backfield for.
Flag on the field.
That's right in the middle of everything, so that could, I don't know, who knows what this is. And it came at the end of the play. And ineligible receiver now in field. If you're Wilmington, go ahead and decline that. And force Peotone to punt on 4th and a long 6.
Ineligible man downfield against Peotone. The penalty is declined.
So now the Blue Devils will be forced to punt the ball here. And a good defensive stand for Wilmington after turning over the football.
Yeah, make sure they punt it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Although I really don't think, I mean, unless there's some gigantic breakdown in the look special team-wise from Wilmington, I would be shocked on 4th and 6.
Yeah, with 8-point lead, I'm sure they're pretty sure they're kicking it.
You never know. The snap. Now, decent kick here from Smith. This is going to carry all the way into the end zone, though. And Wilmington will get the ball 1st and 10 from the 20, so really only a gain of 20 yards for Peotone on the punt. But if you're the Blue Devils, you're willing to play that game now with an 8-point lead of just making Wilmington go all the way down the field. Just make them keep starting over and keep going all the way down. Well, the Wildcats have to stay away from turning the football over. There's been a couple of those tonight, and it's given Peotone a very short field. And not only that, it's swung field position back around, and now the Cats have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Hand off across the 20, out near the 22-yard line on the run by Connor Dempsey. Bring up 2nd down and 8 for Wilmington.
2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8.
That's only the 5th carry for Connor tonight.
Well, and quite honestly, it hasn't gone very far. I mean, he has
10 yards total.
5 carries for 10 yards. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. Back to the double wing again. Hopwood drops back to pass, fires near side, has a receiver. It's caught out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Boy, that is a beautiful pass from Keaton Hopwood. A gain of 17 yards. Hopwood to Dempsey, and a 1st down for Wilmington from their own 37-yard line.
That was a nice fake up the middle and then drop back.
That's the thing about Keaton, and this is what everyone has to keep in mind. He's very young. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's going to make some mistakes, and we've seen a couple here tonight. But the upside on him is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's going to be a fantastic quarterback.
Back to the double wing. 1st and 10 for Wilmington. Hopwood again to pass. He's pressured and fumbled the football. And they're going to say incomplete pass, and that was a fumble. That was a fumble, and they call that an incomplete pass.
That was right in front of us.
That was not an incomplete pass.
He was
that
trying
was a
to
fumble.
Shovel it out is actually what he's trying to do. Is he's going down, and I would say you're right. If Wilmington gets this call, they can be thankful for that.
Boy, they caught a huge break because I don't know about that. So 2nd and 10 for Wilmington, and see, there we go again. Just big play, and then it's just being a young quarterback. That's what it is. Handoff comes back near side. Matteo Lombardi breaks a tackle, hurdles a defender. Lombardi inside the 30. He's going to go. Touchdown, Wilmington.
Touchdown.
63-yard touchdown run. Matteo Lombardi, but there is a flag down. There is a flag down back at the 43-yard line.
Now, there was nobody in the play with him.
Well, let's see what this call is, and it might bring it all back. That was a ridiculous run by Matteo Lombardi. Broke a tackle, hurdled a defender, and ran into the end zone.
Did you see him turn on the speed? I mean, to tell you, he shifted that into another gear and just burned out and left them.
There's some big calls tonight, and not all of them have been right. And I'm not saying in Wilmington's favor, too. The last one was an incomplete pass that was fairly clearly a fumble. This one, I don't know. They're still talking about it. I'm not really sure.
There was nobody in the play area. I mean,
only thing I could figure is maybe if they had the sideline warning from earlier and somebody got, I don't know.
It's against Wilmington, I think, because he pointed this way.
It could be holding on this side, but it was so far behind the play that.
I mean, there's nobody in the play area at all.
Well, this is taking a long time. I still haven't said what the penalty is, have they?
What in the world? A 15-yarder.
How about a penalty of some sort? Calling a penalty would be a nice.
There's a flag on the field.
Well, now Barry Southall, I think, on another flag thrown on him. And what is the penalty? I think that's what Barry's saying is, what's the penalty? He gets a flag thrown on him, so we're backing up even further. I mean, maybe he jumped over the defender. I mean, you have to have a penalty call somewhere about something. Do they not? Or am I just losing my mind? Oh, I guess there's your unsportsmanlike.
Against Wilmington.
But what was the original penalty? I still don't know what the original penalty was. I never called one.
This is ridiculous.
I don't.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
So what's the original penalty?
I don't know. They never have called it.
Well, now it goes from a touchdown to second and, oh boy, 40 or so from the 10?
Ball will be marked at the 14-yard line.
Oh,
that's beyond insane. But
that's crazy. And they still haven't said what the penalty is.
Second down and 33.
So Barry never got his question answered. He got a penalty call on him for it.
Barry,
and we still don't know what the penalty is.
I think that's what Barry was saying. He's like, what? I don't know. Handoff comes near side. That'll get stacked up after a gain of a couple. And it will bring up third down and a country mile. I mean, it's 35 or so.
2-yard gain.
I mean, the only thing I could figure, you cannot jump over a defender in high school football. But I don't remember. Oh, boy. But they never even called it, so I don't know what. All right. Third down and 34 or so.
But they called it back from the original line of scrimmage.
Hopwood drops back to pass, fires far side. Lombardi has it, and will get out to the 25-yard line. Gain of about 8. And it will bring up fourth down for Wilmington.
9-yard gain.
I would still love to know what the penalty was that they called.
It would be kind of nice. I would agree with that.
I mean, we've seen some calls this year. The one where they switched ends of the field and got the ball marked 5 yards different.
Oh,
that was a classic.
That was unbelievable then.
All right, so down to 6:35 to go in the half. Wilmington's going to have to try to overcome a lot of stuff here. There's a good snap and a kick from Imhoff. That thing goes sky high. And it'll bounce at the 50 and roll down to the Peotone 43-yard line. Good grief. I mean, I've seen some things. Not telling you what the penalty is and then penalizing you for asking what the penalty is that's a new one. Well, Barry is, I think, finally settled down a little bit on the near sideline because he was coming a little unhinged on the near sideline. Well, 1st and 10 for Peotone from their own 42 in one of the most bizarre sequences that I can remember. Back to the wing T here for the Blue Devils. As handoff goes up the middle, a gain of maybe a yard or 2.
Dylan Bugey, the ball carrier.
Bring up 2nd down and 8 for Peotone. Down to 6 minutes to go in the half. It's 14-6, the lead for Peotone.
At the 44-yard line.
I mean, Wilmington went from a touchdown to back to their own 10-yard line.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So Joppy back to pass. Weissau has plenty of time, fires down the near sideline. It is caught down to the Wilmington 20-yard line.
Trevor Sweezo's pass is complete.
And a first down for the Blue Devils to the 19 of Wilmington. Well, that was a nice pass. A gain of 42 yards on the pass play to Gardner. So split out to the far side is Jack O'Boyle. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from the 19 of Wilmington. Back to the wing T, wing back on the far side. Handoff, cut back up the middle, and this is going to go for a touchdown. That's a nice run as Mateo Lombardi couldn't make the tackle. And into the end zone goes Dylan Bugey. And that will make it a 20-6 lead for Peotone off a 19-yard run from Dylan Bugey. Well, I've seen my share of things, but that's a new one. So extra point upcoming here for Peotone as Hayden Smith will attempt the extra point. That is good. And the Blue Devils will lead it 21-6 here over Wilmington. 5:08 to go in the third. We'll take a break. Come back with more Wilmington Wildcats football in just a moment.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
21-6 is the lead for Peotone here over Wilmington. 5:08 to go in the third. And we've seen some weird things this year. You can add that whole sequence to the list.
That's for sure.
And Peotone will get set to kick it off. But the thing is, if you're Wilmington at this point, you have to overcome some of that.
You can't give a 42-yard pass plays and 19-yard touchdown runs.
I mean, you still have to play defense. So the approach here comes down and will go into the end zone, and Wilmington will take it at the 20-yard line.
Touchback. Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line for Wilmington, where they'll start.
Well, the nearest thing that anyone can figure in the press box, or at least that I've heard, is that you cannot hurdle a defender, which I'm not completely sure that's what that was.
I didn't see him hurdle anybody.
I mean, he did jump over someone that was laying on the ground, but that's not hurdling a defender. And that's the only thing that anybody can come up with up here. Of course, they didn't say what the penalty was. So
never did.
And no one can come up with anything other than that. So 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 20. Handoff goes up the middle for not much by Josh Jones. Gain of a yard will bring up 2nd and 9.
Stop for no gain.
And Wilmington running out of time now. 4:45 to go in the third, down by a couple of scores. And this has not been built as a quick strike offense for the Cats. Well, now Connor Dempsey going out of the shotgun here. And Connor has played his share quarterback. And
what in the world was that?
I guess they're going to run the read option for no gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Ball carrier stop for no gain.
Well, that fooled nobody.
3rd down and 9.
In fact, he really wasn't designed to fool. He just took the snap and took off.
So Wilmington facing 3rd and 9 from their own 21. Back to the double wing, 3:50 to go in the third. And the halfback pass by Connor Dempsey doesn't go anywhere near the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th and 9. And I don't know. Apparently they went pitch to Connor Dempsey, who tried to throw the ball, going basically against his body to the far side. and that wasn't anywhere near the intended receiver.
I mean, if you want to have him roll out, you should have roll out to his right, not his left.
So Wilmington will get set to punt it away here. Ryan Brewer back at midfield on 4th and 9. And this kick's going to be touched in at the Wilmington 45. And once again, Peotone with ridiculously short field position. And the Cats defense needing to make something happen. There's been very few times that I've been at a loss for words. But, yeah, the last couple of sequences here have got me there. First and 10 for Peotone from the 45 of Wilmington. Back to the wing tee to the near side. There's the double handoff again. And this will be chopped down at the 42-yard line. It's Bugie on the carry. Josh Jones on the tackle. Gain of a couple will bring up second down and 7. They're going to give them close to 3.
Well, the second half, Peotone started off on Wilmington's 44, their own 42, and their own 45.
Oh, Wilmington's 45.
Is this Wilmington's 45?
Yeah, this is Wilmington's 45.
Well, Wilmington's 45. So twice as two of the 3 in Wilmington territory.
Like I said, they've had ridiculous field position. One receiver to the near side, wing T set to the left as well. And the handoff goes left side. And a relatively big hole, but a nice tackle made from the backside by Imhoff as Chandler Garner on the carry. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 after a gain of 4.
3rd down and 3.
The thing about Peotone is they have 2 or 3 or 4 weapons, and they keep churning, and every now and then they pass the ball too. So it's just a good system. They try to go hurry up here, and they are not going to get the first down. They're going to get close. Chandler Garner picks up 2 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and a yard.
Once again, Wilmington was not setting their defense. They're taking their time getting up there, and so they went in a hurry-up snap. And just about got the first down out of it. They'll probably go for it this time.
4th down and 1 for the Blue Devils.
So down to 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Peotone leading at 21-6. And all the Blue Devils have to do is get about a half a yard here. Back to the wing tee again. And Peotone jumps off sides. So that false start will back it up from 4th and 1 to 4th and 6. And now the Blue Devils will be forced to punt the ball away, and that might end up being a big play before it's all said and done. Of course, Wilmington has to do something offensively.
They haven't done a whole lot of that.
Other than the one unbelievable run by Matteo Lombardi that was called back for a penalty that we still don't know what it is.
And there was literally nobody around. And the only guy that was close to him, he just turned on the gas and just left him standing. There was nobody out there to tackle him.
So 4th down and 6 for Peotone. Good snap. And the kick here is a line drive, and that's going to go out of bounds. Actually, a pretty good kick there. Down around the 17 or 16-yard line, mark it at the 17. That's a really nice punt. Good directional kick. Well, Wilmington has tried a few things here tonight, and some of them on the last drive, and they were not successful. Connor Dempsey tried to run the read option at the quarterback position. And then they tried to run a halfback option pass with Connor. And now apparently Connor's just going to take over a quarterback completely.
Wonder if something happened to him.
Well, 1st and 10 for Wilmington. Connor Dempsey in at quarterback from their own 16. And now if you're Peotone, you're really going to stack the box because
yeah, the guy that can pass the ball is gone. So.
Well, and Connor, it's not that he can't throw it, it's that he hasn't been really practicing it a whole lot lately.
Ooh.
I mean, he has been a quarterback.
Did you see who carried that ball?
I believe it was Lombardi. He got about a yard. Bring up 2nd and 9 for Wilmington. And Dempsey's going to keep it near side across the 25 out to the 30. And Dempsey out to the 33, and that's real late. And I mean, Dempsey was hit a good 5 yards out of bounds. Man, that wasn't even close. Nathan Badiato just absolutely destroyed him, and I mean almost out to the fence. And now the coaching staff from Peotone not too happy about that play because you don't want to give Wilmington free field position at this point. That was a nice run of 19 yards by Connor Dempsey, and then you tack on the 15 yards, and before you know it, Wilmington has the ball 1st and 10 at midfield.
You know, 50 or 60 here and 50 or 60 there, and pretty soon you have a lot of yards.
Well, it's a different look for the Cats here with Connor Dempsey, and that essentially gives you 4 running backs.
Yes, it does.
Now, out of that backfield. So
maybe that's what they're trying to do.
It's a different look. We haven't seen it yet, that's for sure. By the way, the wingback on the far side for Wilmington, I believe is 32, who I don't even have. This is Dempsey inside the 45, down near the 42-yard line.
Connor Dempsey, the ball carrier.
Gain of
7-yard gain.
7 yards. And I'll bring up 2nd and 3 for Wilmington. Down to 15 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if Wilmington can get off another play here. And Dempsey's going to keep it again. And he's going to get down near the 41-yard line. And that will take us to quarter number 4.
At the end of the 3rd quarter,
21-6 is the lead for Peotone over Wilmington. We'll take a break, come back with quarter number 4 in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu, including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials, too, online at ricchettis.net. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Ricchetti's. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
Back on the Christian Internet Sports Network as we go to quarter number 4. 21-6 is the lead for Peotone here over Wilmington. The Cats face a 3rd down and 1 from the Peotone 41-yard line as we start the 4th and final frame. Again, Connor Dempsey back in there under center, and he will keep it himself. Connor inside the 35, and will pick up 6 yards and a Wilmington 1st down.
6-yard gain, good for a Wilmington 1st down.
And there's a new look having Dempsey take the quarterback position like that.
The Cats will have it 1st and 10 from the 35 of Peotone. And by the way, Josh Jones is at wingback. Jones at one wingback, Lombardi at the other. And Dempsey's going to fire it downfield. Caught. Josh Jones inside the 25 down to the 20. And a 15-yard pass play to Jones off the throw from Connor Dempsey. And Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from the 20 of Peotone. So 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 20. So Dempsey has come in and, I mean, he's mixed it up a little bit. So Van Dyne to the wing back on the far side. Lombardi back to the near. And
that was men on both ends took off at the same time.
And Coach Rain's saying something about the motion of the defense trying to draw Wilmington off sides. And every single person on the coaching staff saying the same thing. They can't do a fake on the defensive line to draw the offense off sides. It's the same thing as an offensive player doing that. So 1st down and 15 for Wilmington from the 25 of Peotone. Handoff underneath. Van Dyne, I believe this is, turns down to the 20-yard line. By the way, Josh Jones is out of the lineup at the moment. I believe he's cramping up on the near side. And that's a big loss for Wilmington because they need that power in there right about now.
They sure do.
And they're trying to get him back into action here, but he's cramping up on the near sideline. So 2nd down and 10 for Wilmington. It's Lombardi and Van Dyne at wingbacks. And the pitch out to Lombardi around the end to the 10, 5, touchdown Wilmington. Matteo Lombardi on an option play from Connor Dempsey.
Wow.
Where in the world did that come from?
That shocked everybody.
I don't think I've seen Wilmington maybe ever run that. If they have, it's been a really long time. 21-12, Lombardi cruises into the end zone for a touchdown on a 20-yard touchdown run off the option pitch play from Connor Dempsey, who had 3 Peotone defenders out there, and Lombardi just ran around all of them.
What a pitch out.
Well, Wilmington is going to attempt the extra point. That's been interesting tonight. The snap is a little low, and the kick is no good.
Oh, my.
And at this point for Wilmington, you're just going to have to forego all that stuff and just do 2-point conversions because it's not working. That's for sure.
Wilmington 12.
So 10-18 to go in the game. 21-12 is the lead for Peotone. Well, take a break. Back with more in just a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
Back on the Christian Internet Sports Network, 21-12 is the lead for Peotone. Still 10-18 to go in this game. And for the Wildcats, got to have a defensive stand, and they need one real quick, especially after missing the extra point. And extra points tonight have just not worked. I mean, let's just say that.
Unfortunately.
Well, and I think the last time around, I'm not even sure Josh Jones was the long snapper because he's been out cramping up.
Right.
So. And maybe he was back in there. I didn't see for sure if he had gotten back out on the field. I know he wasn't for the last offensive play. Well, now 21-12. But the problem is it's still a 2-score game for Wilmington.
Yeah, there's no way you can get them one score. You have to have 2.
Those missed extra points coming back to haunt the Cats.
And the chances of a field goal are about not there.
I mean, I guess if you absolutely had to, you'd give it a shot, but.
Yeah, you'd try.
The approach here from Shaw is called for a fair catch at the 36-yard line. And
this is their absolutely worst field position in this half. And that's a 36-yard line. That's not bad.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Peotone. Here's their opportunity to kind of salt away some clock and get a step closer to the first conference win for anybody against Wilmington in, I don't know, 10 years?
Probably.
I don't think Wilmington's lost a conference. I bet it has been at least 10 years. Handoff goes left side. Huge ground up the far sideline, and there is a flag down at the 35. That was a good run on the far side by Chandler Garner, but it will be a hold against the Blue Devils, so that will bring it back and put Peotone in a hole here.
He also fumbled the ball at the end of that, but it went out of bounds.
So that will back Peotone up a little bit farther, back to the 23-yard line. And the 1st down and 23 for the Blue Devils. The clock winds. We approach 10 minutes to go in the game. So again, wing T set to the far side. And Swisel taking his time under center. Handoff goes left side, and good chunk of yards on 1st down. Out to the 29-yard line as Chandler Garner picks up 6 or so on 1st down.
6-yard gain to the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 17.
Well, all Wilmington fans know this is a crucial time, and they get them stopped.
Well, yeah, if they get a 1st down here, it's all but done at that point. 2nd down and 17. Back to the wing T again to the far side for Peotone as this Blue Devils offense using every second off that clock that they can. And hand off to, I believe it's Garner on the far side again, and Chandler will pick up, well, 3 or 4 more yards there, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long for Peotone. Bring up 3rd down and 14.
3-yard gain to the 32-yard line. 3rd down and 14.
Here we go again, back to pass.
Well, and they're down to 8:30. Wilmington needs 2 scores, and that's not easy when you consider the type of offense they're running now. But first things first, got to get the ball back. So back to the wing T again. 3rd down at 14. This handoff, and out across the 35 to the 38-yard line it goes. And Wilmington uses a timeout.
Wilmington.
Well, that's interesting. So a timeout to the Wildcats here. It will bring up 4th down and 7 when we come back after this break. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
4th down. And should be 7 or so. I don't know how they got back to 4th and 10, but the Blue Devils will get set to punt it away, and again, make sure they kick it. I know it would be a little bit bizarre for them to not do that right here, but you never know. Brock Bolzer back at his own 30. And there's a kick to the far sideline. That's going to go out of bounds. And, I mean, that's how about the 34, 35-yard line. So Wilmington's going to have fairly decent field position. The problem is there's only 8:09 left, and the Cats need to score twice. I guess your first problem is getting in the end zone and then worrying about the second problem after the first problem.
I would say that's the correct order.
Well, the Cats are going to stay with Connor Dempsey at quarterback. Keaton Hopwood will stay on the sideline here. And really, it worked the last time around for the Cats.
Yeah, it did.
So shotgun formation and still set in a double wing for the Cats. Snap bounces back to Dempsey, and that's going to get blown up in a hurry. And that did not help the cause.
Dempsey stopped in the backfield by Chandler Gardner.
Well,
yeah, the ball bounced back there.
That's a loss of 3.
4-yard loss.
Bring up, well, loss of 4. Second down and 14. All right, second and 14 for the Cats. Again, out of shotgun formation, Josh Jones to the near side. And again, 32 to the far side for Wilmington. Dempsey's going to throw it up near side, caught by Jones, and will drag everybody out to the sideline and goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A gain of 12 yards for Josh Jones, and it will bring up third down and about 3 for Wilmington here with 7:24 to go in the game. And if Jones can stay in there and not be cramping up too bad, let's see what happens here. And
flag on the field. False start.
We have a false start against Wilmington. So you're going from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. And the Cats, for the most part tonight, have been their own worst enemy.
Well, they certainly have been that.
5-yard penalty. Moves the ball back to the 36-yard line.
And you think of all the mistakes and different plays that have happened, penalties tonight, touchdowns called back, and Wilmington's still within 9. Which is pretty impressive at this point. So bring up third down and 8. Now this officiating crew's got other problems.
What's going on now?
I don't know. Everybody's looking up at the press box like we're supposed to magically know what to do.
We still don't know what the penalty was on.
So it'll be 7:18 to go. I think they wanted to reset the clock, but you kind of have to tell them what to reset it to. So I'll go back up to 7:25. I'm not really sure how it went back to 7:25 if there was 7:24 the play on it, the play before that. But in any case, back to the double wing here for the Cats. Dempsey pitches it to the outside. Lombardi cuts it back, makes a cut to the outside, still going across the 40 and near the first down marker. So he'll pick up close to 8 on the play. This will depend on the spot. Boy, Matteo Lombardi just
that was fantastic
running with purpose.
8-yard gain.
I don't know. I think it's a first down.
Coach Jeff Reitz out there going, it's a first down, folks. Let's just call it.
Now, the guys in the radio station next to me, they're sitting right down the line from it. They said, well, that's got to be a first down.
No, I just.
Oh, they're going to measure it now.
I have a few reservations about what I've seen tonight, but in any case, let's see what this results in. It would still be a fourth down play, even if Wilmington's short here. And they do it the first down by the full length of the football.
First down, Wilmington.
Boy, that was great effort by Lombardi. They had him stopped 2 or 3 times, it looked like. He refused to go down.
So the clock rolls as we approach 7 minutes to go in the game, and the fact of the matter still remains, Wilmington has to score twice. So they have to score in relatively short order here to keep this game alive. And this is, I believe, Matteo Lombardi who will pick up 3, close to 4.
Well, they found out they can run the ball with this system on them, but they found out too late in the game here.
Pick up close to 4, bring up 2nd down and 6 for Wilmington, down to 6:35 to go in the game.
2nd down and 7.
And for Wilmington, this is moving at a snail's pace. Shotgun formation here, again, double wing. Dempsey tries to run near side, and that's just blown up in a hurry as Chandler Garner comes through and just drops Dempsey. I mean, there was bring up 3rd down and 13 for Wilmington. That play just looked like it was taking way too long.
3rd down and 13.
-9 on it, or no?
No, minus about, well, that would be 8 probably.
He lost 4 last time, 8 this time.
3rd down and 14 here for the Cats, down to 5:40 to go. Dempsey's going to drop back. Fires down the far side, caught. There's a flag down, though. This is going to go for a touchdown, but it's going to come back. Matteo Lombardi cruises into the end zone for a touchdown, but it's probably going to come back again. Flag down in the middle of the field, and that would be a 59-yard touchdown pass, but again, we have a flag down. So this is going to come back more than likely. And why not? There hasn't been enough of those tonight. Maybe it isn't going to come back. I don't know. They have not signaled anything yet. I wouldn't be surprised by anything in this game tonight. Literally nothing. So let's see. Maybe we'll get a call on this one. That would be a first for tonight.
Here we go again.
Well, apparently Matteo Lombardi's touchdown is going to stand, although where they threw the flag, I thought for certain. And now they're talking with Coach Raines. It looked for sure like they threw that where there's holding. Right in the middle of the field, right in the middle of the offensive line. Unless it was legal hands to the face or something. And now we have a whole nother conversation going on. I mean, if it stands, that's a 59-yard touchdown pass, Connor Dempsey to Matteo Lombardi. And it's holding on the defense, apparently. The touchdown stands. And they will enforce it on the kickoff.
Okay. I don't know.
Still have some questions about that, but.
So what do I have here? My votes now. Let me see.
Okay. Touchdown stands, and I apologize for not getting more excited about that touchdown pass, but I thought for certain where that flag was thrown that was going to be coming back. But in any case, Matteo Lombardi ends up in the end zone. And the kick is good. And now it's back to a 21-19 lead for Peotone. Well, don't go anywhere. This has been the weirdest, strangest night of Wilmington football that I can remember in a while, and it's still not over. 5:29 left. We're back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Well, the key to all this now is with the holding penalty in the defense, they enforce it on a kickoff, which is an interesting twist in this whole thing. And Wilmington will kick off from midfield as Trey Shaw is teed up. And lost in all this, by the way, is the fact that Trey Shaw had a really nice kick on that extra point. 21-19. You could pretty much throw anything in this game at this point, and I wouldn't be surprised, I don't think. As Trey Shaw will approach and will kick it deep, knock down into the end zone. And Peotone will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Now, if you're the Blue Devils, are you regretting sitting on the ball and just running every second off the clock and not trying to do something the last frame?
From their own 20-yard line.
Because now for Peotone, if you don't pick up a first down and pick one up quickly here, you're going to give the ball back to Wilmington with a lot of time left on a short field. So the Cats get a 59-yard touchdown pass from Dempsey to Lombardi. Pitch goes far side, and Garner will get shoved out of bounds after a gain of about 3 yards. Good pursuit from Wilmington defensively. Mateo Lombardi shoves him out of bounds. And he'll bring up 2nd and long for Peotone.
2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8.
I don't know. I've got so many messed up places on this scorers thing here. I can't tell you what's what.
It has been a confusing night, to say the least. 2nd down and 7 now for Peotone. Wing tee to the near side. And that handoff will go for maybe a yard or two more.
I don't know if it'll even go for that.
It will get out near the 25. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Peotone, and this is a huge, huge 3rd down for Peotone. Now, if you're the Blue Devils, do you dare risk throwing the football?
3rd down and 6.
Wow.
Do you take that chance here? We'll find out shortly. 3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils from their own 25-yard line, down to 4:48 to go. Schweisau drops back to pass, scrambling around. He's going to be sacked back at the 19-yard line. And Wilmington will use a timeout with 4:37 to go. And Schweisau gets swallowed up off great pressure by Jake Hill. And a timeout on the field to Wilmington. And the Cats are going to get the football back with one last shot to try to win this thing.
4:37 left, boy.
Hopefully you guys didn't go anywhere and don't go anywhere now. Back with more of the 4th quarter in just a minute on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
Back here on the network, 21-19 is the lead for Peotone. Down the stretch in quarter number 4, 4:37 left. As Brock Bolser back for the Cats at midfield. Hayden Smith will get set to punt it away, and this is the best case scenario for Wilmington. Stopping Peotone 3 and out. 4th down and close to 11 now for the Blue Devils. And they'll bring back another returner. And the kick comes near side. And it will bounce and take a good roll for Peotone down to the Wilmington 44-yard line. Well, the Cats have 4:28 to go from their own 44-yard line. Well, ever since Connor Dempsey took over at quarterback, this thing just kind of shot straight up for the Wildcats. I mean, there's been some weird plays here and there, even with him in. But it's definitely provided a spark.
What it does, it's messed up the defensive mind of the Devils because they don't know who's going to be having the ball now. And then that 4th running back you were talking about puts that much more pressure on them.
So Wilmington will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Dempsey's going to keep it himself. There's not much there, maybe a yard. And it will bring up 2nd down and 9. Down to 4:15 to go in the game. And Wilmington still kind of taking their time here. And just remember, there are 4 downs that they can use from here on out. So
they're taking a little bit too much time. They haven't got their play in yet.
Barry taking a ton of time getting this play in. If they don't hurry up, the play clock's going to be running out. Bring up 2nd and 9 for Wilmington from their own 45. Back to the double wing. And Dempsey going to keep it himself. Breaks free. Dempsey to the 40. Dempsey's going to go for a touchdown. Connor Dempsey. 55-yard touchdown run. Yes. And Wilmington takes the lead. 25-21 with 3:36 to go. My goodness.
Wow.
And the Cats will more than likely go for 2 here. And Connor Dempsey just took the ball and took off.
I mean, he just made his way through the line of scrimmage. Nobody got him. When he got out in the open, he turned it on.
Holy smokes. 25-21 Wilmington. 3:36 left. And still don't go anywhere. This game's got a ton of time, and Peotone can put points on the board for sure.
They've showed us that.
Well, the key here is if Wilmington gets this 2, that puts them up by 6, and it would force Peotone to have to make an extra point if they do score a touchdown. And in motion, Lombardi, and now Wilmington will use a timeout, and good thing they did because somebody jumped off sides for the Cats soon afterwards.
They sure did. Right in, whoever that was.
Well, no matter what here, it's a 4-point game, so Peotone has to score a touchdown. They got to go the entire length of the field, and with 3:36 left, that's a ton of time, but wow.
Well, they can move. They can move the ball quickly. And you remember, most of their touchdowns have been quick strike things. They haven't been long drives.
Well, be sure to stick around here tonight for our postgame show, and what an interesting postgame show that's going to be. Brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Warren's, where they care beyond the repair, over there in Braidwood, right across the street from McDonald's. We'll have your final scoring totals. We'll also have one last check of the Odekirk Allred & Associates IHSA football scoreboard. And we will talk to Coach Jeff Reintz here tonight. Win or lose, and at the moment, hopefully a win.
Well, 25-21, 4-point lead.
And, of course, the biggest play of the night, or second biggest play of the night, was the pass play. I thought for sure was coming back.
Yes.
After all the other calls we had tonight, that one doesn't get called back. All right, so Connor Dempsey has them back out of the double wing. It's Lombardi and Jones as the wingbacks. And Sam Chapman is fullback. Jones in motion to the near side. Dempsey drops back, fires, caught, and the 2-point conversion is good. Caught on the near side and in for 2. Trying to see, is that Josh Jones? It is. I believe Josh Jones caught the 2-point conversion.
He has been very, very helpful in those little short passes out in the flat like that. And get the ball in his hand out there one-on-one. You dare him to try to stop him.
27-21. Wilmington now leads. We'll take a break. Back with the final 3:36 of this game in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reintz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
3:36 left. 27-21. Wilmington leads, and still a ton of time for Peotone. And I mean a lot of time. 3:36. They can throw the football. They can run the football. But if for Wilmington, who would have thought that this was coming in the third quarter?
had 6 points in the whole first half, and that 6 points came right before the halftime. And here.
Well, now the approach. Shaw's kick to the far side. Taken at the 25. Out across the 30 to the 39-yard line. The ball popped out late, but I believe they're going to say that it was down. It'll be 1st and 10 for Peotone, and again, fairly decent field position at the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils.
Well, a lot of time for Peotone and a very experienced offensive group for the Blue Devils. So we'll see what they can do under pressure now.
Yeah, this game's not over.
Oh, there's a ton of time left. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Out of the shotgun is Swaisau as one back to his right. 1st and 10 for the Devils from their own 40. Snap back. Swaisau looks over the middle. Fires deep down the far sideline. It is intercepted! Intercepted by Wilmington! And the Cats are going to get the ball back. Intercepted by the Wildcats. Brock Bolzer on the interception.
Boy, that was good defense.
That pass was a good 35, 40 yards in the air.
Yeah, it was, way down the field. And it was pretty much on target, but the problem was that defensive man had the position on the inside where he was supposed to be and got the interception.
What a play by Brock Bolzer. And the Wildcats are going to have it 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Now, still a lot of time left, and I believe Peotone still has 2 timeouts remaining. If not all 3. I thought they took
2.
1. So 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 26. Back to the double wing. Dempsey going to keep it himself. Churns out across the 30 to near the 32-yard line. Big gain on 1st down. 5, close to 6 yards for Connor Dempsey and the Cats. Boy, and all of a sudden you put Connor Dempsey in there, and the offense just went into like superpower mode.
It's like you said, you got that 4th running back there, and it puts extra pressure on the defense.
Well, and for Peotone, you had no idea that was coming and did not prepare for it.
No.
Now in future weeks,
people will
be prepared for it. But tonight, boy, what a game. Chapman in there at fullback. It's Jones and Lombardi at wingbacks, which I really like that combination, by the way. Jones in motion. And keeping it is Dempsey out to the 40-yard line. And a gain of 8 yards. And a Wilmington 1st down. Down to 2:33 to go.
To the 40-yard line. 1st down, Wilmington.
Boy, if the Cats can hang on and get a victory in this, what an unbelievable win this would be. I mean, you could put this one down in one of those, it goes back, remember Mantino years ago where they tried to tack on points and Wilmington returned a fumble like 98 yards for a touchdown to win it? Pitch back to Lombardi across the 40. Mateo churns ahead. Out near the 44-yard line. And I believe Peotone will use a timeout here. So a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for Wilmington. 2:01 to go. We'll take a break. Come back with the last couple of minutes of this one in just a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today.
2:01 left. 27-21 is the lead for Wilmington, as they will have the ball 2nd down and 6 from their own 44-yard line. What it's coming down to now is that Peotone has to make a stand right here. If Wilmington gets a 1st down, this game is over. because Peotone will not have enough timeouts to stop the clock. First things first, though, the Cats need a first down. Again, back to the double wing. Dempsey under center. He'll keep it himself again. Turns ahead across the 45, out near the 47-yard line. And Peotone will use another timeout here.
Timeout, Peotone.
And the Cats and Barry Southall will have 30 seconds or so here to come up with a big 3rd down and 3. Not only is this going to decide this game tonight, this could very well decide the small division conference championship right here. And boy, did Wilmington just, if you would have told me the midway point or even the end of the 3rd quarter that this is where it would be,
we wouldn't have believed you.
I would have thought you were out of your mind. But as soon as Connor Dempsey, the first set of downs they put Dempsey in there was kind of weird and herky-jerky and didn't really go very well. But the second set from there on out, it was just been dynamite.
It's just like, it's like a switch clicked. And all at once they turned on, and the power was surging through the whole team.
And that is not to say anything negative about Keaton Hopwood. I still maintain that he has an unbelievable upside as a quarterback to this team, and he will have an extremely bright future.
He will have.
But they just did something different tonight to kickstart the offense, and it's worked. I mean, it's worked in a big way. 3rd down and 3 for Wilmington from their own 47, almost the 48-yard line. Back to the double wing, 1:57 to go in the game. And Dempsey's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get the first down after 2nd and 3rd effort.
Boy.
Broke 2 tackles to get across midfield, and Wilmington will pick up a first down, and the Wildcats are going to win this game. All they got to do is take a knee, and something unbelievable has happened tonight. When you go back to when they called back that Matteo Lombardi touchdown and Barry got a penalty, and we saw some crazy things, and Wilmington had the ball back at their 10 after scoring a touchdown. It looked like it was going up in smoke, and then all of a sudden it just went crazy. They put Connor Dempsey in, and things just went off the charts. Down to 1:25 to go. Wilmington, all they have to do is literally hang on to the football. Connor Dempsey will lose a yard or so. And
they're saying
and it will stay Wilmington football.
Hang on to that ball, whatever you do.
So the clock will continue to run here. Boy, if you're Wilmington, don't you just take a knee at this point?
I do something. I won't give them a chance to get that ball, I'll tell you that.
Well, it's down to a minute. Wilmington has 2 more snaps of the football that they have to do. Is what, a 25-second play clock?
That's 50 seconds.
And Dempsey's going to keep it. Turns ahead down to the 42-yard line of Peotone. And we got a whistle and a timeout to the Blue Devils.
They still got a timeout?
Well, apparently they had 1 left.
How many yards did he get in that?
I mean, and that right there is why Wilmington's still running the football and not taking knee. I thought they were out of timeouts. They were not. They had 1 left, so of course you wouldn't take a knee if they still have a timeout remaining.
Right.
So now, if you're the Cats, you really need a first down. But at any stretch here, if they run a play, even if they don't get a first down, if they run a play, the play clock doesn't stop until the referee blows it into play. So it's a very good possibility that there'll either be no time left or there'll be so few seconds left that they could literally take a penalty and just punt the ball out of bounds and the game would be over.
Isn't it interesting? I don't know about you, but sitting here, I'm so uncertain of this ending this game even right now.
Oh, you and me both.
This is crazy.
I thought Peotone burned through all 3 of their timeouts. I guess they hadn't.
I guess they had all of them.
So 3rd down and a long one, almost 2, with 37 seconds left from the 41 of Peotone. And that's going to be a 1st down for Connor Dempsey down to the 36-yard line. A gain of close to 6. And Wilmington's going to win this game. They're going to take a knee. They don't even need to take a knee, I don't think. It just depends on when they set this.
21 seconds, isn't it?
And they're going, well, they might have to. I don't know when they blew this play clock in. They might have to take one snap here. Boy, you could put this one down in the unbelievable list of Wilmington victories. I mean, we've seen some over the years.
This is amazing.
And this one was a complete turnaround from the middle of the 3rd quarter to the end of the game. As Connor Dempsey takes the snap, takes the knee, and Wilmington wins on the road at Peotone. 27-21 is the final, as the Wilmington Wildcats will leave at 3-1, and the Peotone Blue Devils will drop to 3-1. What an unbelievable game tonight, and a complete turnaround for the Wilmington Wildcats in this second half. Well, we'll take a break. Welcome into the postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Warren's, where they care beyond the repair. Whew. We'll have your final scoring totals. We'll also have your final check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We will have that for you here in a little bit as well, as Wilmington wins at 27-21. Be back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Hey, Billy, where do you think you're going with that beer?
What's the big deal? He is at home.
Nice, Bob. Real nice.
Look, they're practically grown. They're juniors and seniors now, and they're here for the day. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that may be true for yours, but you can't let the others drink.
In Illinois, the social host law holds adults accountable for underage drinking.
If a minor who was drinking at your house injures or kills someone, you are guilty of a Class 4 felony. You get fined. You go to jail.
So, being the host, aka the adult, letting high schoolers drink is illegal.
Be their guide. Don't provide. If you or someone you know abuses alcohol or drugs, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu, including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials, too, online at racchettis.net. Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Racchetti's.
Final score here tonight, 27-21. Wilmington comes back to defeat Peotone in a game that completely changed from the end of the third quarter to the end of things tonight. Connor Dempsey comes in at quarterback and takes over for Keaton Hopwood. All of a sudden, Wilmington's offense goes crazy, and it's 27-21 as a final. Welcome into our postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Warren's, where they care beyond the repair, across the street from McDonald's there in Braidwood. We'll have your final scoring totals here in just a moment. We'll also have a check. Let's just go ahead and do it now. Our check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Odekirk Allred and Associates has locations now in Joliet and a brand new office in Wilmington as well. So final check of that scoreboard. Coal City defeats Manteno tonight, 35-21. Lyle 28-6 over Reed Custer. That game also now a final. Sandwich 27, Plano 9. That game's final too. Another final tonight, Seneca 30, Westmont 7. Herscher, this game has not gone final yet, but they're rolling over Streeter. 55-28 is the lead for Herscher over Streeter tonight. Another area score, Morris going back and forth with Rochelle. The Redskins trying to go 4-0 on the year. They are leading now 34-30 over Rochelle. Some other scores from around the area. Bloomington 22-16 over Kankakee High School. It's Plainfield Central 42-13 over Joliet Central. Oswego East 14-7 over Plainfield South. Niles Notre Dame 27-0 over Joliet Catholic tonight. Oswego 35, Plainfield East nothing. Lincoln Way Central 42-0 over Lockport. That's now a final. Lincoln Way East 46-7 over Sandburg. That's a final. Providence wins tonight 35-6 over St. Ignatius. It's Minooka holding on to beat Plainfield North 23-22. The Minooka Indians with the win tonight. St. Lawrence 17, St. Rita 13. Homewood Flossmoor 41-20 over Bolingbrook. Immaculate Conception, by the way, they have not slowed down despite losing their quarterback for the year. 67-17 over Chicago Christian tonight. And see if we have a couple more here that we could pass along to you. I think that's pretty much it. Again, for the I-8 scores, Coal City 35-21 over Manteno. Lyle 28, Reed Custer 6. Sandwich 27, Plano 9. Seneca 30, Westmont 7. Herscher 55-28 over Streeter, and not final yet, still going. Morris 34, Rochelle 30. That's what we have up to this point. That's your final check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. And now let's get to our final stat totals here on our postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Final totals, first of all, for the Peotone Blue Devils rushing the football, Trevor Schweitzer with 2 carries for -1 yards. Chandler Garner, 14 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown tonight. Dylan Buegi with 13 carries, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ryan Brewer, 3 carries for 3 yards. Peotone, 32 rushes, 121 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Through the air, Trevor Schweitzer was 4 of 8 for 113 yards. Chandler Garner caught 2 passes for 46 yards tonight. Jack O'Boyle, 2 receptions for 67 yards. You put the rushing and passing together, and the Peotone Blue Devils with 234 yards of offense here tonight. For Wilmington, rushing the football, Connor Dempsey ran the ball 20 times for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns, almost all of that out of the quarterback position tonight. Josh Jones, 6 carries for 31 yards. Matteo Lombardi, 12 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. Van Dyne also in on the action tonight, too. 1 carry for 5 yards. Wilmington, 39 rushes, 201 yards on the ground, and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, a mixed bag between Keaton Hopwood and Connor Dempsey. Wilmington on the night finishes 8 of 16 for 202 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Dempsey with 2 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown. Josh Jones caught 4 passes for 57 total yards tonight. Matteo Lombardi, 2 receptions for 67 yards. All in all, Wilmington 201 yards on the ground, 202 yards in the air, and the Cats get 403 yards of total offense. And at one point tonight, it looked like it was going to go stationary and nothing was going to happen.
Boy, I tell you, once they turned that switch and put what's his name in as quarterback,
Dempsey. Yeah, it just went
wild.
wild.
It was like you turned the switch on, and the whole team was energized.
I mean, we've seen our share of things this year. I mean, we saw the odd respotting the ball and taking 10 minutes at the beginning of the next quarter to try to figure out where it's been. The touchdown that was called back earlier tonight when they never did call a penalty, and then Barry ends up with a sideline penalty, and it goes from the touchdown to Wilmington's 10-yard line when they end up running the next play. And then
isn't that something? I've never seen anything like that before.
There was a few things tonight that were new experiences.
I mean, you think they would have given Barry a little bit of room to come out and ask, well, what's the penalty at least?
Well, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that Barry probably didn't ask them politely.
That could be.
But it was.
That could be, yes.
But at any case, we're waiting here. We'll talk to Coach Reentz here in just a moment as soon as he gets done with his on-field.
And don't lose sight of this, too, in the second half. The defense, they had that one big play that set up that touchdown and a 19-yard run after the touchdown. Those two plays, other than that, they shut their offense down in the second half where they didn't have anything. They got less than 100 yards.
Well, there was just an unbelievable transformation when Connor Dempsey went to quarterback and just kind of started running things. And as we mentioned, that first set of downs when he went back there didn't really seem like that was going to work.
Yeah.
But then they kept going with it, and then all of a sudden he started running like crazy, throwing the ball. I mean, it just went.
I mean, and give the Blue Devils credit. I mean, they came out here and they took it. They took it to us. I mean, it was a tough game. They controlled it most of that latter part of that first half, except for that one touchdown right at the end. And then they started the second half, and we messed up, and they got the score. And look, man, we're down now. And Wilmington never come out of this. And somehow they fought back and took the game away from them on their home field.
Well, there were a couple some big moments in this game. The first one being when Wilmington was driving down the field and about ready to take the lead, and got down around the 5-yard line or so, and then ended up with a penalty that backed things up, and then all of a sudden that drive stalled out, and Peotone went down, scored a touchdown. Wilmington got the ball back, and Keaton got turned around and tried to throw a ball back over the middle, and that got picked off, and they had the ball at the Wilmington, I think it was 14-yard line, and only got 3 yards on that drive, and then missed a field goal. Got the ball back again and scored again, and it looked like it was just going to snowball for a while.
It did, and it didn't look like anything that Wilmington could do was going to change it. And the Blue Devils just had everything right under control.
And then all of a sudden, we get in the third quarter, and Wilmington doesn't do much to start that first drive in the third quarter, and things kind of grinding to a halt, and it didn't look like there was much going on. And then all of a sudden, Wilmington goes to Connor Dempsey at quarterback, and we get that kind of weird first set of downs. And then all of a sudden, after that, it just went crazy. And Peotone couldn't slow him down.
I'd like to find out who on the coaching staff came up with the idea of switching back to him becoming the quarterback and running the fourth position out of that backfield.
I'm not sure. By the way, it's now a final. Morris has defeated Rochelle 34-30.
They finally did get him.
So Morris will move to 4-0. So the Redskins just have everything working so far this year. Just a few more scores. We might as well run through those I-8 scores one more time. Make sure we have those for you. Coal City 35-21 over Mantino. Lyle 28, Reed Custer 6. Sandwich 27-9 over Plano. Seneca defeated Westmont tonight 30-7. And Herscher 55-28 over Streeter. That's the I-8 scores that we have. And now as a final, Morris 34, Rochelle 30. So
when you talk about a battle, that game had to be a battle all the way. They kept going back and forth.
Morris has been,
that's a real thing this year, I think.
It just kind of started to come together here for Morris. Well, we'll have Coach Reentz here joining us in just a second. Matter of fact, he's on his way up here as we speak.
Where do we go next week?
We will be back at home next week for Seneca, I believe.
Well, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Really long road trip, 15 miles over here or whatever it is. Well, I thought for a while tonight that this would not be a happy interview with Coach Reitz. I'm beginning to think I don't know where this game is going, but
they've got lots of things on the films to watch out for, see what they can do with.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to look at there. There's no doubt about that. As we're joined by Coach Jeff Reitz here in the postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Well, Coach, that game had just about everything tonight, and you made that change at quarterback, and all of a sudden it kick-started the offense, and your kids hung in there, got a good, tough road win, second win in conference. That game just had it all tonight, it seemed like.
It's a great high school football game, and let's be honest, coming into this, I'm sure a lot of people from our standpoint, on our side, hey, how are they going to do against this team that's averaging 46 points a game and just throttling people? And when we watched them on film, John, it was a wow factor when you look at the Gardner kid and everything. Defensively, first off, I think we stopped the run for the most part. Mm-hmm. Well, they got some big plays, but we put them in second and third and long. Now, with that, they made some big plays, too. There was a couple times on passes. I mean, particularly the one to Gardner down here. Lombardi's right on him. Yeah. Lombardi gets up upset. I look at him, and I say, hey, they made a great play. It's okay, And but the thing I was jumping around a lot tonight and everything, but to see our kids, and as a coach, your goal is always to see that light bulb go off, that we can do this. And tonight, even when we were down, they were okay. They were still, hey, we can do this. And to see that, and then, so now you see the light bulb go off. Well, can we get it with a win here? Boy, would that be a statement. And then, sure enough, Brock Bolster, how about it? Big play. Comes back, does a great job. And so, but a lot of kids, I'm sure I'm missing some guys. The other guys, too, is our coaching staff did a great job preparing, getting our kids to believe. And, we could see these guys again.
Well, and the crazy thing about this, we've seen people all over the place so far this year, but when you went to Dempsey and you had Jones at wingback for a while, and then he goes out with what I assume is cramps in the sideline. Yeah. Van Dyne comes in. He gets a 5-yard run. I mean, even tonight in a game like this, you've got 4, 5, 6 guys back there giving you something on offense and just kind of keeping things churning forward. I mean, that was impressive tonight, especially that fourth quarter is impressive as I can remember.
Yeah, when you're down 20-6, it doesn't look great. And, one time, geez, we're 3rd and 33 for crying out loud. And kept our heads. Our kids just, I told them before the game. I said, let's just go have fun. I mean, they're supposed to be better than us and all this. But why do we do this? We do this to have fun, right? We didn't get dressed up for nothing. Let's go have fun. And I think our kids did tonight. And they played a little bit more relaxed. Even when they came off the sideline after some plays for them, we talked about it. They're going to get some plays. They're a great team. And so, but, I hate to move on, but a great win, but your Seneca's waiting, your Lyle's waiting. We still got a tough go at it because the I-8 small, John, we both talked about this before. This is the toughest it's been in a long time.
Yeah, there's a couple in there. Even Seneca tonight, they got a 30-7 win over Westmont. Yeah. So they're waiting there a little bit. The other thing about tonight, too, I've been coming to Peotone games for a while, even playoff games and stuff when Wilmington's not playing. This is the biggest crowd I think I've seen here. It was a fun atmosphere. It was like a playoff atmosphere tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Right. No, it was. And I correct Peotone. I correct Coach Tully. We've talked many times, and I think one of the things that you do is the first thing you got to do when you're building a program, which he's done, you put yourself in these situations. And he's doing that. And they're just going to grow from this. That's what they're going to do. And so, but from our standpoint, and the other thing too, boy, Emhoff kid. Cam Harbor's supposed to play. He's going to start. Well, he gets in a car accident. All right, Emhoff, now you got to come in and play. Does a great job tonight. And, and Sam Hafner's out with a broken arm. And hopefully we get Anders Holmberg back next week, which will be the first time he's played all week. And so we're a little bit beat up. And I think we're a little bit beat up even after tonight. And our kids are showing that, hey, let's just go play and have fun and play Wilmington football. And the kids did that tonight.
And I think there's something to be said for, too. I know home games are nice and stuff, but getting here and kind of being in that environment where there's other things kind of coming into play and you have to deal with some adversity and getting down a little bit and dealing with a bunch of people who are cheering against you as opposed to cheering for you. There's something about that seemed like it galvanized them a little bit tonight to kind of get some of that fire that you're talking about.
I think so. And I think it's first off, it's great for the two teams, for the two schools, for the two communities. Okay, and John, geez, we used to start our first games. I've been here now 24 years. For the first 15, we started playing these guys every year. And back to Barry, when Barry used to start off, and Bobby playing these guys. And so this little rivalry here has really stepped up. And I remember 2 years ago when we were here, we were lucky to get out with a win. Last year we were fortunate. We had a very good team. And now this year you come back here, and what a barn burner.
Hey, speaking of Barry, tell him, man, that's the I never thought I would see a game that included all the stuff that I saw tonight, including option football or pass them on. I mean, he's trying anything and everything to get something kickstarted, and it worked.
And he did, and you got number 7 at quarterback making that work. And I also want to say this, though, too. I know Hopwood had a couple of turnovers. Tough. We put him in some tough spots.
Sure.
I tell you what, though, he made some nice throws, too. Real happy for him. And so that's a good problem to have.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, congratulations on this win tonight. We'll go back home. It seems like we're home a lot this year, which I'm happy with.
Right.
We'll go back home and try it again.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you. Thanks,
all right, thanks. Coach Jeff Reitz joining us here on the postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center, as we'll get set to wrap things up tonight here from Peotone. Once again, one more check of these of the IHSA's football scoreboard, brought to you by Oda Kirkhalver and Associates. Just going down through the I-8 scores again. Cole City 35-21 over Mantino. Lyle 28-6 over Reed Custer. Sandwich 27-9 over Plano. Seneca 30, Westmont 7. Herscher 62-28 now over Streeter. And Morris a final now 34-30 over Rochelle. Well, I've been watching Wilmington football for a long time.
That was a new one.
That was one of the most kind of entertaining, strange, bizarre, crazy games that I can remember in Wilmington history.
One at Mantino that year when they fumbled the ball in the air in the line of scrimmage.
Yep, when they all needed to do was take a knee. Yep, and then Wilmington picked it up, ran in the end zone. Yeah, there's been a few games like that, and this one will certainly go down in that kind of lore. So 3-1 is where Wilmington stands now. Peotone drops to 3-1, and Wilmington now has the edge on the small conference division of the I-8. They will be back at home. Of course, there's still Seneca waiting. There's Reed Custer. There's Lyle, which Lyle is a good team this year too. So there's still some games there, but this is no doubt about it, a huge win for Wilmington tonight.
The Cole City game looming on the horizon too. They're not in our conference. They're in the big school conference, but we got to face them a little bit later on too.
Yep. All right, we'll wrap things up here tonight. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. We really do appreciate it. And most of all, thank you to you guys for tuning in here tonight. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next week back at home at Wilmington. And the Warren's Collision Center postgame show comes to a close with Wilmington winning at 27-21 over Peotone.